how are we going?
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
So a bit of more casual day today. This is our post-prelude, pre-campaign show. Which
It's like post-production, pre-production, post-production event. It drives nuts.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those where we can do a recap maybe, or just talk about what we've been doing, or how the previous episodes have been going. We're not going to be showing previous clips because that takes far more work than our channel has. Even the amount of work we put in, we can't put in that much production. But we're here to chat. At the same time, Eguy is also developing a character. So we're going to be chatting with Eguy about character suggestions and character ideas that he's got in mind. There was a little bit in the pre-show there as well that was happening when I was busy running off doing stuff. Yeah. And also our level
I got my books ready.
Oh, he's booking.
I mean, my books are PDFs. I've got them ready, but I can't show you.
I pulled one book out. I don't think you want the other book, which was like the Cthulhu Dark Ages. I don't think that fits.
Oh, I can pull out some of my Cthulhu. I could always pull out make you go through a Pulp Cthulhu campaign before we get to this campaign.
Yeah, no.
I love Pulp Cthulhu though.
I want Pulp Cthulhu rules in Roll20.
So
I really do.
I do that yourself.
I haven't actually experienced Pulp Cthulhu, but I'm not against it. I like Hellboy, how that's kind of Pulp Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Which is why I heavily back Hellboy, which hopefully is coming out soon. Hellboy TTRPG looks awesome. So welcome on in. So as I mentioned, this is like not our normal game session. We're just having more social, more chat. This is kind of what we're going to be like in our essentially on our break times when we're in pre-show. We're very casual in all our shows here, which is amazing. So that's kind of what the show is going to be about today. Also, as always, we have Syrinscape in the background with I generally have Swinging It as like a normal. This is what I do when I'm prepping for stuff with Cthulhu. It's a nice, lovely, chill jazz in the background, and of course, Lorian Ross did the audio jazz track for this, the intro soundtrack. And the distorted version for the break soundtrack, which is really distorted. So I think that's about everything of bookkeeping. Oh, we do have love maps as well, but I don't think we're going to be using them or anything today because this is just a casual thing.
Yeah, I don't want to look how many love maps I need to actually put into my Roll20 now. It's like, I can do it next week. And then next week came. And then I missed Mr. T.
And now you have to do the next session. Yes.
So it's going to be crazy.
Yeah. So Love Maps essentially have remade the book or the actual released maps for the campaign. They've gone through and kind of reinterpreted them and put them into the VTT, virtual tabletop environment with the grid settings and everything. But they don't look identical, but they are really close, and the spirit of the maps are very much what the spirit of the game is, but in a VTT environment. Which, let's face it, with COVID, I mean, I think this is my 12th week of lockdown right now, so it's hard to play in person in some places. Shall we go to Eguy, because you are busy doing your character. And I had to walk out in the pre-show to get some stuff right as the discussion started. I'm like, so what the ideas have you got?
Yeah, well, one of the reasons why I got a chance to play a little bit of Jackson Elieies is because I wanted kind of like an intellectual writer, investigative journalist, or reporter type character. Someone who basically is gonna get his nose in where it's not supposed to be and get himself into a bit of trouble,
In this campaign, we would never get into trouble. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Come on, Troop is such good rule followers, and you obey the law, and...
Yeah, so we've been talking about a couple options: investigative journalist, reporter, maybe a little bit of criminal. So right now, I'm just reading through the different skills and familiarizing myself with what the skills are.
Okay.
I'm excited. I got some built up karma in occult that I'm hoping in Latin to hope to get a little bit better in. So
You also are going to have the option, since Sidney survived, to look at getting your medical degree.
yes, you may call me Doctor Baker.
Well,
Doc Baker.
how long
Doc who?
could you actually become a doctor in the because it is 5 years?
It's,
Is that
4 to 5 years.
We're fine.
it's more depending on the country.
Yeah, it's
Or
depending
how
on
much
the
money
country.
you have, and how many contacts you have.
And I've got both now. What's up?
I was about to say there's money involved.
Yeah. So, one thing I do want to touch on: did we get money from the end of the last session, from like that big pool of gold and whatnot? Did we get money, and how do we blow it? Because I'm assuming, unless we're spending it all on our credit rating, on our level ups and whatnot over the next 5 years, we're going to have blown it all. So,
I mean,
Don't have to.
I was going to put it into like the credit rating idea for Sidney, because
Yeah.
Sidney had 2 plans.
because I know personally, Sergeant Jack Hunt is not going to increase his credit rating over that time period.
Not at all. Yes.
I'm going to actually not just have the money, but increase the money and then have it blown and have it gone.
Yep.
That's my
Sounds
plan.
right.
He's going to Monte Carlo.
No, worse. I'm going to Florida.
Oh gods.
What, you don't know? The Florida's real estate boom was in that time period.
I mean, it could be. Here's the thing. I might be American, but
You
Prohibition.
don't know American history?
not.
Prohibition.
No, not
There was
prohibition.
a lot of bootlegging.
No. Florida was like swampland, and people like thought, oh, let's build on here, and we can cut down the swamps, and we'll build, and it became this massive mega city. And then a typhoon hit and wiped it all out.
sounds right. That sounds
So,
Florida.
like, Florida was like where people made money, and people had put in a boatload of money into Florida. There was like hotels on the beach, there was resorts and everything else. It was the place to be. And again, then a typhoon came and wiped it all out. And then later, okay, they rebuilt again and again, but it was the big, it was big money. So that's one of the thoughts for Jack to invest in was in Florida.
Stable investment. I like it.
Yeah, investing in land.
And a punt gun.
Well,
Punt gun,
the punt
yeah.
gun is to like protect the property, I think.
It's swamp property. You'll blend right into Florida then. You're amongst the locals.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. I've been watching like a lot of random history things on YouTube, and puppet history has been making me very happy. But they had actually kind of a really funny thing about what almost caused the American Revolution to not happen.
Which
smallpox and people refusing to get vaccines for smallpox.
Topical.
And the question of one of the contestants was, so did all these people just move to Florida?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
Florida.
I also love the reason. They went to the pasture and said, God wants us to die of smallpox. Can we get a prayer to keep us safe?
Have you ever watched
Like,
Have you ever watched Horrible Histories?
no, I want to.
Oh.
Like, I have them, but I have not. Or, sorry, Drunk History is what I have.
Oh no.
I've got to watch that.
Horrible Histories is essentially It sounds like puppet history, but this is like it's the British version of things, so it goes through all the stupid wars like that happened in Europe and the stupid like consequences and like why they started from the most pettiest things. It also goes through like why did certain monarchs die, and like again the stupidest upon stupid things is what was actually the result of what caused them to die, and no one remembers that part. So they go through the lost parts of history. They're very creative, very comic in how they do things, and very whimsical in how they do things. It's almost an educational version of like Monty Python. In their like very like they do a lot of songs and bits and pieces like that. So I'm a big fan. Like, yeah, it's really weird.
Where is my roll 20? I'm gonna have to roll sanity damage for that thing. I take 3 sanity damage. There we go.
There it is.
Only? Wow.
I
You've
know.
got a nicer GM than we do.
Hell, it was 1d6 sand damage. So come on.
I know.
Talk to us about this. The fun things of level up. What's going on? What are we doing?
Well, I think we need to know
talk
where.
Numbers.
So you're going to level up first, and then because are you going to give us level up in that 5-year period?
This is the level up.
Yeah,
You don't
this
get
is-
multiple. You get one.
No. But as in,
Yeah.
is there like there's level up from the skills that we've used? But are we going to get
Yes.
like, okay,
And you
we've
do.
had 5 years?
Yeah.
Can we get like a free level up
You-
from like a tick here and there? That's what I'm asking.
No.
Denial, instant.
But what you can do is you can spend time training skills.
Ooh. Okay.
Because you can do that at this point, because this is downtime. And as long as you can justify a new skill, you can increase.
But
Okay.
you can increase it, like you can do it, but you lose
You have-
something else. That's
I'll
what
come
I'm
back.
asking.
I'll come back on that one.
It's a bit messy. Let's just leave it at that.
Because that was my thought. Because like, if we do like just the straight level up, and like then we decide like, okay, what is our characters each doing, and then tie that into how we do like
Do a
what we
straight
learn
level
from
up.
that.
Do a straight level up from what this is, what happened, and then we'll discuss it from there.
Okay.
Because I need to load up the book. No, I don't need 2nd edition Call of Cthulhu. I need 7th edition.
Okay.
Oh, I
Yeah,
backed
'cause
the
I've-
Call. I backed the Call of Cthulhu 2nd edition reprint. So
Ooh.
all my PDFs at the moment are Call of Cthulhu 2nd editions. I went, no.
Oh, PDF libraries, I hate them. Absolutely
They're so
hate them.
good. They're
I
so good saving space, but they're so sometimes it gets them a little messy.
So,
Sometimes
I
you
mean,
just want to do this.
but
Yep.
a physical book,
Well, we love
you
a
can
book.
hit someone
Like-
with it.
Yep.
My bookshelves are so heavy. They're so heavy they break.
Okay, you have to understand, I have 2 bookshelves. I ended up buying a whole bunch of D&D books before I started doing Call of Cthulhu, so I had like every 5th edition book that had been published at one point. And they used to be on a higher shelf, and the shelf could take it, but it made the shelf so top heavy that the shelf was leaning.
Yep. Yep. That's where I would be at.
Now they're on the bottom shelf, but it was still just like, no. PDFs where I can. And I'm dyslexic and I'm choosing this for context.
So, I've got 2 bookshelves, 2 cabinets full of books as well, and like I put them together because of course they're IKEA, was it one of them I put together so badly that it was bowing and the middle shelves kept on falling out and falling down, which is not good because I've got like very old books as well. So I finally got that fixed. So it's like with the D&D stuff, yeah, I've got a lot of like old, like a lot of the 5th edition D&D books. Not a single one of them was on display. They're hidden away, like stored away. I'm not proud of them. All the other stuff, yeah, awesome. They're shown proudly, but the D&D, no, put away. I've got like a display case even for dice, but for the Dean books, no. Not
Also, don't remember that you're also going to be aging, so you will have to update your aging thing.
Oh, that's right.
Which can mean your stats change, which is fun.
Yeah.
I've got to.
36, not too bad. I'll live.
Oh, that means you'll be 36 at the end of time skip.
At the end of time skip, yeah.
Yeah, because
Sidney will be 29.
Fine.
Oh god, you are a young
Safe.
one, aren't you?
Safe.
Oh yeah.
I'll be. So it's 5 years, so I'll be 37. So Jack will be
Just
37.
So, does anybody get over 40?
Alejandro will be 34.
Safe. Well, I'm just thinking I'm like the freaking baseball player umpires. Safe. But yeah, if you turned 40, you get an improvement check for EDU, but you deduct 5 from strength, con, or dex.
And your movement goes down by 1.
Yes, and you reduce your appearance by 5.
Oh, Jack's close to that, and that's all of his strengths.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I should have done a younger character. Whoops.
Whoopsies. I'm hoping to hit old lady age, but considering it's Call of Cthulhu, I'm be hopeful to hit 37.
I mean, she could retire.
Yeah,
She could just go screw this and go sit out in the country somewhere. I'm rich enough. She's rich enough not to care.
It's so true.
What about Alejandro?
He's 34 now. Well, after the 5 years, so he's fine.
34. Yep. Which shipping magnate? My god.
Yeah.
Some people have had all the luck.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from being stuck with us.
I mean,
but for his appearance to drop 5 points would be. He's already at 25, so.
Yeah.
Who's the old prune in the corner? Oh, that's Alejandro.
And he's not as old as you think. He's just ugly. Oh,
yeah.
So ugly.
But yeah, aging gets interesting in Call of Cthulhu.
But that implies your character is going to live that long.
It does.
Yes. I mean, you can start with an old character. You can make a character who's like 80. They have rules on how you do that. And I'm like, why on earth would you randomly throw an 80-year-old into dealing with this? And I'm like, wait, why am I throwing a kid, basically? You know, you could be 15 and dealing with this.
Yeah.
Either is terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna go of the two. I'd rather it be senior, because at the very least, they've lived that long.
True.
If you're gonna die a horrible death, you know,
Be
at least
old.
you knew you were probably only kicking around for a few more years.
The math checks out.
I do have to check, like, when we are keeping our same characters, no one's changing, no one's retiring.
Not yet.
No, good.
Not yet.
Just
Nope.
checking.
I
know.
mean, Sidney might introduce you to the backup, but Sidney survived, so nope.
Just wanted to make sure.
Just a status check on me. I'm leaning towards like just like kind of like a face character, kind of like just a talking, charming, like, you know, well educated but not very intelligent, kind of like a goofy, kind of silly.
No.
Are you going to be the Jack Hunt kind of dumb?
No,
like the
60.
cannot be corrected kind of dumb, because
60 in intelligence, still.
Okay.
Still slightly above average.
So what? You're going to be the abbot to his Costello. The Costello to his abbot.
Maybe. I haven't watched. I'll be honest. I haven't watched too much Abbott and Costello.
How about Benny Hill?
No.
Oh.
No, that's our normal modus operandi. Let's be fair. Like, if you just played that in the background, no one would blink.
No.
Yeah.
I know it's copyright.
No, not from the copyright. Like, my boss knew I hated that song, so every single playground, like we used to do circus playgrounds, every single playground, he'd close the last 10 minutes with a 10-minute long version of the Benny Hill chase scene like theme
Yakety
music,
sax.
10-minute long.
I need this copy. I shall play it on stream every time I see you on my stream.
No. As long as his names are difficult for you to say, you play them.
Oh, you mean Jack? There's nothing wrong with
Yes.
Jack. Jack's a normal name.
It's just
Hunt
the
is the normal name.
It's just the unfortunate mesh of the two.
What, Jack Hunt?
And you want this to be a family-friendly stream.
Cthulhu family friendly?
Hey,
Cthulhu
Hey.
for kids.
Mr. Keeper, just be
Yes.
glad he didn't decide on Mac being his first name.
That's because I didn't think of that.
No,
So
you
one of
cannot
Jack's
change
things over
names.
5
You
years
cannot
is a name
your
change.
name.
So
No.
the fun part is that I do like a very like holistic like style of role playing where my background hasn't been written. It writes as I play. So who knows if he's got family?
Hey,
Your backup could be his son.
Could be his.
Your backup could be his son or his dad.
We'll
We were
get to
talking
that
about
soon.
ignorance.
Aha.
you know, middle names.
I was more going to
are a
go
thing.
is Jack stupid enough that he forgot his own last name. He forgot his own first name.
Well, he swapped dog tags in the war to escape prison. No, that's not gonna. No, no. So back to leveling up. Shall I explain how level up works in this game compared to most games? Yes? No? Okay, we'll do that.
Probably.
So, correct me when I'm wrong, because I know I'm going to be. And by the way, I'm on quite a bit of painkillers at the moment, but we'll deal with that. So, leveling up in most games is essentially you get X amount of experience and you get level up. In Call of Cthulhu, it's a very different system. It's kind of a bit old school where if you use a skill and if you're successful with that using that skill, you just tick it. And that's what we've been doing all these sessions. And so throughout the time we've been collecting all these tick marks, we haven't had the chance to do a proper level up. And how to level up though is we have to roll that skill again. If we fail, we level up. That means that if we have 90 in a skill, it's very hard to fail that skill. So it's very hard. It's very easy to actually use the skill and thus get that tick, but very hard to actually have that failure when the level up happens. So it's hard to level up higher level skills, easy to level up low level skills, but it's very hard to get the tick for the low level skills. Thus, with the gifted subs, we've been allowing people to put a tick mark on skills that they haven't used. Which none of us actually expected to survive, except for
True.
yet Sidney actually has been spending all the ticks.
No, I only spent 2.
Okay, I even still I didn't spend any because I didn't expect to survive.
I got a tick. I chose one tick.
Okay,
All right. Well, how are you going there, Eguy? Do you want to keep going yourself, or shall we give someone a chance to do a level up?
Oh, please, you everyone else, like, keep going. I'm gonna be slowing down because I've discovered the dilettante occupation.
Dilettante, yeah.
If you're going high appearance, that is a fantastic one to play.
yeah.
I'm thinking of putting the 290s in appearance and education.
Wow.
Just a very
360 skill points. Have fun.
Oh, you're gonna have so much fun.
Wow. And
Welcome to the
Education
fun of math, though.
time. Education times 2, plus appearance times 2.
It's
Wow.
good.
Beautiful.
It's good.
I will say, having a dilettante with my backup character might be interesting because the money, like
Yeah.
Mr. Moneybags, who's essentially that, but without the or without the smarts to back it up,
yeah.
or the social skills to back it up.
If you ever
Just
watch
pure money.
Blackadder, think Captain Darling.
Milchin, no, General Milchin.
General Mitchell, sorry.
General Milchin. But either way, so who wants to do their level up first? Anybody?
Okay, you're up. You're up first, Karsh.
Thanks.
First victim.
I'm just doing production and like.
You're
I
in my
mean-
top left-hand corner. You're the first person I see.
I mean, I can go. I don't mind. I'll always roll dice. That's my secret.
All right, Kat.
So
All right, let's go.
Now, before we let the dice rolls, Kat didn't understand how to roll for their level updates. They did off stream for
Just
one of the
one.
skills. Just one.
Just one.
But
It's-
that came as an extreme success on
Ooh.
their brawl. This is one you don't want to. You don't want to succeed. This one.
So is that what that is in the overlay? I was wondering what that was.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's me. I was reading through and I was like, oh, it's like a checklist. Okay, so we go through, we roll against it, and I didn't read any further before. And they're like, that's not what you want. I was like, oh.
It's like
It's
the
a sad
intelligence check
moment.
after a sanity check. Oh, you want to part this,
Yeah.
don't you?
So I didn't
That's
read
what-
all the way, and I was like, ow, beans.
That's why I wanted to ward Eguy away from getting 90 intelligence.
So the brawl was no good, but we're gonna try a dodge.
But
Oh.
I was going to by one. Okay, so you roll 1d10 on that. Is that correct?
Yeah.
1d10.
Nice.
Wow, it used to be D4.
All right. Oof. Oh, nice.
So
Nice.
it goes from 55 to 60.
Dip, dodge, dive.
And
If
here's
you
a
can-
wrench.
If you can dodge an Eldritch monster, you can dodge a ball.
It's true. I feel like that's very accurate.
I think someone's been throwing handguns at you, and that's what you've been dodging.
I mean, but actually,
We know what Karsh spent a bunch of his money on was just replacement throwaway guns to quite literally throw in Aveline.
The problem is,
Annoyance.
Jack never learned how to reload a gun.
nope.
I never had to reload a gun. So I
I never
had
had to reload a gun. You had to shot him a few times. Went, how do I do this? Buy a new one.
Yep. 100%. That's why my gun use is so low.
All
I
right,
actually had multiple
Kat,
clips for my guns.
Yes.
you can roll your brawl again because that was on off stream.
Aw.
I'm being nice.
Thank you, more generous keeper. All right. Let me. Oh. Get out of edit mode. Roll again. And I'm I'm such a failure.
You fail so much, you succeed.
Hey,
Who
I
wants
gotta
to
take
see
it.
like so many extreme successes in a row?
Right.
Um,
Okay, so I get 2 more.
The other point about leveling up, in Call of Cthulhu, you don't get extra hit points. It doesn't happen like that.
No.
Okay, so then now we're getting to the first aid, which I'm expecting to not do great in that. Yeah, that checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to fail 70%.
So this was one that I took one of the ticks in. It was Latin. I wanted to try to get that up.
Hmm?
Yes. So failed my Latin. Good. For some reason I feel like a dead language is good in a Call of Cthulhu game. I don't know.
Well, for that,
Oh.
that's a nice level.
Okay. So
24?
Latin's not looking too bad.
Well,
I've
it's
been
not-
working on my medical degree.
Yeah, it's
so,
it's not the dead language. It's the medical degree. It's the medical
Yeah.
terminology.
Yeah.
Yep.
And-
my list. Yeah.
Nosy nurse is not getting better at listening.
No, she's too good. Also, not getting much better at medicine. Learn more medical terminology, but the practice is still the same.
Yeah.
Now,
called
I
a
do-
hammer.
God help her patients.
Yeah. I do have one in a cult. Nice. Okay. So
A cult's
yeah.
one you want. It's always
Yeah.
useful. If I was going to put a tick in any, it would be like a cult.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay. Big money, no whammies. So my cult's now 14. I know a little something. I've been doing some side research on
Well, it makes
Oh,
sense because you've been reading
Jackson.
the books too.
Yeah.
Now,
Those old
Did
Latin
you-
tomes.
did anyone succeed in a what was the check? Sorry, I'm just
Mythology? Oh, Cthulhu Mythos?
Cthulhu Mythos check.
No, it has mythos, I don't think.
No,
We've got
but that's
zero
also when
mythos.
we can only improve by losing max sanity, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it's normally event. That one you don't level up by roll.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
that's one of the exceptions to the rules, of course.
nice. Okay, a little psychoanalysis.
Oh,
Just.
nice.
Okay. I don't buy one. That's all I need.
It's all you need.
Nice.
And
Okay.
increase it by 2.
A little bit extra. A little sprinkle of psychoanalysis.
So-
I've been actually talking to my patients now. That's weird. Listening to them.
Not just
Okay.
drugging them.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
does it smell like chloroform?
Yeah.
Conversation was boring anyway.
Yeah, psychology's
Oh.
not good. That's not.
Oh.
Oh, that hurts.
I hate to see it. Spot hidden. Yeah, I'm pretty good. And then stealth.
God, you've got so many.
I did a lot. I was busy when I was
know.
with you guys.
Your nurse was clutch.
And you
Yeah,
weren't even
and-
here for every episode. I was here for every
Oh.
episode, and I've got like 5, I think.
Right. I got everything. Done and done. And my
right.
sanity is just. I'm sitting at a max of 99 sanity. I'm at 89, but I've hit max san that I could get to.
Yeah, we're gonna have to like pass the sandy bombs to you.
Okay.
Yes, Eguy.
Eguy, what's up?
I was gonna ask. I do believe there's something about skill points above 50.
Yep. If you have a skill point above 50,
Yeah.
you get to redistribute skill. You get, I think.
You get to give an extra 10 as long as it's less than 50 for the total into a related skill. So, like, if you had 50 in chemistry, you could put 10 in physics and biology because they're both sciences.
Okay. How far would that go? Like firearms, I imagine it's like, if I'm really good at shooting handguns, I might be able to give.
You would
some
extend it
rifles.
to the other firearms. If you were doing, like, in Brawl, you could... If you put it into fighting, firearms, and science, and talking skills are the 4 that are, like, directly related. Everything
talking
else
skills.
is keeper.
Okay.
Everything else is keeper, though.
Okay.
So
okay.
the keeper does need to approve them.
Okay, great. I being kind of like a talky character, I was thinking about trying to metagame the 4 interpersonal skills,
I feel that. I feel that.
You
And
can
that
try.
that would like end up boosting each other, right? Like for example, if I have like 2 of the skills that had 50. Would it give 20 to the other 2?
No.
Okay.
Oh, would it?
I mean, yeah, that's how it's written for it.
I
As
think
long
it
as...
would. As long as all that.
Yeah.
would.
Yeah. And the total has to be max 50.
No, you can
For-
actually
No.
up your skills even more, but the first check is at 50. Then you have
Okay.
another check at 90.
Okay. And it does not matter whether it is educational points or personal interest points.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, who's next?
Do you want to see a whole bunch of successes that I couldn't get over the last several weeks?
You know what?
Yeah.
Let's give it a try.
So thank you for the following.
Oh, thank
The
you.
black, I can't pronounce that. I know that it's Cthulhu related though. Shagoat the Black. Am I close? I think I'm bad.
Shagaloff? Or...
It's not Shagalat. Shagalat. Shagoat. Nah. The Black.
Shimmer bada ding dong.
I think from memory, it's like one of the greater gods. I have a T-shirt which I don't wear anymore, which has like cartoons of all the greater gods, and has their names. And my little goblin will actually go through and try to pronounce them and read them. It's like, no, you don't read that shit, no, because he loves it.
At least it wasn't Hastor.
Hastor. Wait, did we get 26 from the...
Target. You got 26 cent total.
Yeah.
We got 26 sanity back.
Nice.
Yeah, because you finished the prologue.
I only
thought
put
we all
20.
did. You got 26 too.
Don't argue with the 26, son.
I'm saying I only put in 20. I thought it was 20, not 26.
Do you want me to say 26 or do you want me to check?
No, I don't mind. I don't mind either.
Go with 26.
Take extra 6. Take the 6.
I'll take.
them.
That just
All
puts mine really high
Target.
too, which I'm not going to complain about.
All right.
I'll shut up.
You can use this as a drinking game, BDY. I like that game.
So should I start rolling and
Yeah,
we can all
let's-
laugh at my failures?
Yes.
No.
Well, no. Laugh at your
no.
success.
Successes.
Like
There you
that.
go.
Yes.
That's
The
a
first
perfect
one?
success.
1 success. 2
success.
success.
Bud.
3 success.
Bud.
4 success.
I hate to see it.
Hey.
Oh,
You got more fighty. Look at you. Get them fisticuffs. Oh, I forgot to roll for my my handgun. 1 second. Let me just see what this looks like real quick. Yeah, there it is. I didn't
5
get any
success.
better.
Oh.
No, this was for me. I forgot
Yeah.
about handgun. Nah, I still didn't learn how to use it.
Yeah, and I'm not teaching you anymore. You've only failed one of you've only failed one of these.
Eon, where was this during the prologue?
You remember me saying that Roll20 hates me?
what's that? 1 out of 12?
11. I had 12 level ups. And I succeeded in 1 to level it up. And I leveled it up
you
by 2
failed.
points.
You know what? If someone donates you,
No, don't. No.
No.
No,
all luck.
this is...
It's all luck. This is part
Sydney-
of being live.
Don't worry, Sidney can make up for it with my metagame knowledge and with money.
There you go. There you go.
This is all about the experience and the randomness of an old school system where leveling up is random, and you don't get extra health when leveling up. Phoenix, would you like to go?
Okay, no. Round 1. Woo!
There we go. Brawl.
Nice.
So you only had 25. Wow. You need to level that one up.
Ooh, not bad, not bad.
not bad.
Alright, I can live with a...
Respectable.
Alright, next. One of my shooty skills.
Ooh.
Nice.
This is my bad shooty skill.
Come on, machine gun. Machine gun.
Oh, nice.
Big increase.
Ooh.
So Alejandro is a sniper, essentially.
Yes.
Handguns, not so good at. Rifle, oh my god.
Well, speaking of,
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
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 Wait. What does
That's
that take? That takes to 80 now. Damn.
Yeah.
Skippy.
Right. Sharpshooter.
So that'll be like
Good.
the jump pirouette headshot.
I can't hear. I don't hear any better.
You know, it's because of all the guns. Too much rain in
Yeah,
there.
too much shooting this downtime. Natural world went up. Not huge, but I'll take it.
Take what you can get. You can get up to 48.
Navigate.
Nice.
That's a skill that you want your navigator to actually be. Holy hell!
These dice are loaded. Get 'em.
Eon, how do you feel right now?
Yeah, how you feeling?
Makes no.
Is it too late to take back the retiring Sidney? Because I'd be having a lot of fun with the backup. Because I used my skill points to literally give myself some 90s.
Seriously?
just being like,
I
fuck it.
succeeded my occult.
Even don't roll a 10.
I succeeded the occult.
Oh no,
I got
okay. I was
healthy.
thinking,
Are you serious?
I only had a 5 and I got a 3.
Bruh. Yeah.
So 37 spot here. That's not too bad.
And mountain.
Okay.
Yep,
What does-
that's a mountain.
What? Yeah. What does mountain do?
That's
That
navigate
is my
mountains.
mountain
basically.
survival.
Or like survival
Oh,
mountains.
Specific. Okay.
Yeah,
I
because
was like-
a lot of survival checks are based on the area. So in some locations, mountain survival will be really great. In some other locations, mountain survival will be really horrible. Can you actually justify? Can you actually make the judgment that could you make the assumption that the pyramids are classified as mountains?
I know Jack would.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
but Jack's-
probably could. It's a stack of rocks. I mean, if you think about it, the most bare bones components.
I could argue that climbing the top of the pyramid it would
Yeah.
apply.
I would allow that.
But
But yeah,
that's it for me.
yeah, but
I
Shartaga,
did
this is.
Really
It
well.
took me a year to put this whole thing into Roll20.
And you did so good.
Mm.
So good.
Yeah, not just putting it into Roll20, but putting into Roll20 at a level that you would buy it for Roll20. I've got a lot of content from like Paizo or Dungeons and Dragons, even Chaosism itself. This has been entered into a level where it is like that level, or even higher than some of the stuff which I've purchased. And we've used Lovecraft Maps, who donated all their maps for us to use for the show as well, which is amazing. Like the maps.
The maps are brilliant.
If you want, put on one of the maps to showcase one of the ones we've been to. Probably. The bar at the start.
No, I was actually going to say I'll show the ruins.
Yeah, it's not as good, but yeah.
Really? I like the ruins because actually, I'll show you what the original ruins were.
You can do that. Just to like, we're here to showcase what we're doing. Like also what we've done here.
Peel back the curtain.
And I'm postponing my rolling. Yeah, peel back the curtains because we don't get to chat directly to our viewers when we're in show. And this one where
yeah.
Oh, I actually.
while he's and also gets me to show off the overlay.
I actually think I deleted.
You deleted?
I deleted the original map
Oh no!
because we weren't there, so I can't show the original.
We'll
Like
show
a
one of them. Like
I'll show one of the.
Yeah.
I'll go to show the bar.
Yeah.
Alright, so it should be on the bar now.
on the bar, that's the one I'd like. We might need I need a token on the map, or if you can uncover it to be shown to everybody.
Yeah, tokens were on the map.
Can't see.
Alright. I'll just check to make
It's
sure.
darkness.
Yeah, it's black.
Okay.
No.
Oh, I know a reason why you don't have vision.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So that's this is the Lovecraft version, like Lovecraft maps, version of the maps. They are amazing for the TTRPG side of things.
Okay.
Looking the difference between these and the other ones, like the ones that come with the game itself, they look pretty much the same. There are slight differences, but these are very much optimized for VR or VTTs, virtual tabletops. You can pick up his stuff in Drive-Thru RPG. We do have like all his links in our credits roll at the end of the show, but yeah, some really, really impressive maps for VR VTTs.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
so-
Oh, yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
And of course the dynamic lighting, which Roll20 has, which I absolutely love. Was this when we killed our boss? I think it was. Yeah.
No,
No.
just when you first met your boss.
It's when we first met him, before we killed him. Remember?
That's right. We killed him like 2 days afterwards. Yeah, sure. But yeah, so it's...
You're really hung up on that.
I really am. Because you both killed him in broad daylight. It's like...
After he attacked.
He didn't.
I mean, to be fair, he did attack Sidney with magic, and he grabbed her arm and stopped her from walking.
Self-defense.
All I needed was the black crying shadow eyes.
Yeah.
That was good enough reason for me to shoot. That's just
And I've just switched you over to the
The ruins.
ruins map.
Yeah.
Ruin.
Will take a
Oh,
while
yeah.
to load, but yeah.
I'll
Uh,
also
it
be
was
nice and
awesome.
I'll delete the actual dynamic lighting
Yeah.
stuff.
It's a bit of a blur on my screen because it takes a bit to load. There we go.
I just like moving around it sometimes because then I can see the lighting change. I'm like, wee! Like doing a strobe light on my own computer.
It doesn't.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just got rid of some of the lights so you can
Yeah.
actually see what it looks like. And if you compare that to the original original one, this is actually one of the problems I was having, was trying to export the maps to the high enough quality to work well in the VTT.
Yeah.
And then LoveMaps on Drive-Thru RPG just started releasing their maps. I went, this is exactly what I need. I need these. And then I reached out to ask him how we to get permission and written confirmation that we can use this for a stream show. He said, "Yeah, mate, go for it." Oh, here, do you want them? Here, have them. I went,
Oh.
okay. I was going to give you money, but thank you. So, he has got a Patreon, and he's releasing new maps, and it's this. He actually just did one for the Lightless Beacon.
Lightless Beacon's our backup. If we need to, we haven't used it, but we probably should. But yeah, Lightless Beacon. I've been interested in it for a while. Aeon's the one that's going to run it for us when we do it, because for him, also for Aeon, it's like we'll just jump straight into it. How many times have you run it?
I've only run it twice, but it was the first Call of Cthulhu game I ever ran, and it was the one that I will say, like, out of the starter adventures, if anybody's looking to kind of give this a try, Lightless Beacon is a wonderful way to jump in, both for GM and for players.
Yeah.
It's well balanced. It's very intuitive for a lot of the things, and like my players had a few rules on like, okay, how does combat work, but skills and everything they got right off the bat.
Yeah. And for me, it's the quick start adventure, the Corbett House. Well, sorry, the Haunted, not the Corbett House, because they're two
Haunting.
different. I've ran it about 8 times on stream itself, and at least once off stream, and absolutely love it paired with Syrinscape. Syrinscape Deserted House sound set is so good. It's pretty much written for it, although it's not officially written for that. It's so good. I love the Haunting. And probably not for GM though. It's not a good quick start for GMing. There's issues with it, but for playing, it's awesome. So we'll put the map away.
Give me a sec. I'm just making a quick one for the.
I'm going to show. Okay.
I'm going to show on the originals.
Yeah. So that was what I was meaning in the chat about. Like this overlay as well also has some funky things. So yeah, we can turn the map on and off when needed, and we can also change the amount of people on the screen when needed as well. Which is why we use it for a template for now pretty much all of our shows. Well,
All right. It's not 100%, but that'll give you a rough idea.
Of the same map.
That's the ruins.
It's all black.
All black again.
Give me a sec. I need to
You gotta
give you view.
Give us viewing power.
No, just turn off dynamic lighting. There we go.
Let
done.
me see with my eyes.
Okay. Oh wow, that's a big difference, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's the reason why I said want to use the ruins, because
Yeah.
that's what you get from the
Yeah.
book, which looks absolutely awesome and great and wonderful. And then I spotted Love Maps and I went, yeah, these look a lot better for everything.
Yeah.
Because trying to get this map to the scale that I needed at for VTT,
With good resolution too. Yeah.
I was pretty much having to resample everything. And I was going to take ages. And then I went, oh, you know what? We can just do that. Like, that is... I just moved it across, and that's the tunnels beneath. So we went from that to the really nice big one. Okay. So yeah, I am very happy with finding the love maps, and I suggest those any person who wants to run Call of Cthulhu, have a look at his stuff, because it is going to make your life a whole lot easier.
Chef's kiss.
I think for most of he releases the map packs in chapter packs, and they're like 15 USD each for each chapter. So it's definitely worth it.
And the other part is I love that we've also costumed up. We are not today, but generally, although Kat just took off a hat because she didn't. She came in,
look
like,
good.
it was like, yeah, cool. It was like, no. I do like that was the other thing we did for the show. That's the first time we've done even like any cosplay on the channel for character work. So that was really cool. It's that was the first time we've had that. This the show that had that. Yes, I think I've delayed enough. I might have to do my rolling.
All
right.
Can I delay
go
you
ahead.
some more?
Yeah, go for it. What's up?
How do you guys do credit rating? Because it's a range.
Credit rating is a skill, so it starts at like whatever the minimum range is, and then you can invest skill points into
Gotcha.
upping it, basically.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the mention before of like my backup character, like the Mr. Money, has 99 credit rating. So
Although I need to actually talk to you about that. You can't raise a skill above 90.
okay, so it's 90 credit rating. It's absolutely insane, but it's more of a Jack character. Here for the comedy, here for the entertainment. And if we don't meet the shipping times for a ship to where we need to book them, we'll just buy the ship or the ship liner. It's all good for me. Okay, so I didn't succeed in many skills compared to a lot of the others. I really didn't. I've got 1, 2. I think I've got 4. I've got 5, maybe 6. Oh wait, no, I've got a few at the end. So
All right.
compared to everyone else, Jack didn't succeed many skills. But the ones he succeeded, unfortunately, the ones that he did really well with. So I expect to pass, which means I'm failing these rolls for my level up. So we'll start with art sketching, which was a surprise, and it actually helped us at the very
it
start.
did.
And a failure.
Nice.
If that's an epic failure, don't get epic amounts of like rerolls.
No.
Worth a try.
Ooh.
So that's 7 on top of that. Brings it into the 40s, which is nice.
Nice.
We have Brawl, which I don't think I'm going to fail here. Yeah. When I've got 70 in a skill, I don't think I'm going to
I
fail.
was torn around the idea that you spend sanity if you want to push a roll.
It's too late now.
Is it too late for everyone?
You know what?
You only passed 1.
I feel so bad that you only passed 1 out of 11 checks. That's
12.
12 checks.
Okay. So we'll go to the next one, which is handgun. Again, I don't think I'm going to fail, which means I succeed. So, because the idea, of course, when you're leveling up, you're looking to fail these rolls to then improve, and that's not going to improve. Rifle
I
shot.
passed when I had a 70. Just saying.
Oh, buddy.
I'm just rolling better and better.
Yeah, it keeps on getting better, which is not great for you right now.
Psychology.
Well, you're going to hit the bottom and roll around. See?
There we go.
You hit the bottom and rolled around.
Yeah.
So that
Not
goes
bad.
up to 50-50 for that.
Now, you have gone 50 on psychology, so you can then add 10 points to any related skill checks on that.
Which I don't have.
Oh,
So
something
spot hidden, again, failure, so I improve. How much do I improve by?
1.
4. So again, under. And the last one is my stealth, which I passed in the last session, which of course I passed.
Yeah, of course.
So now I need to scroll back up and edit the sheets to find those things. How about spending sanity for like an improvement tick per year in downtime?
I was actually looking at the
there's another way.
instructions. I was looking at stuff, but anyway, we'll look at that afterwards.
Mhm.
There we go. So who's next?
That was
I
it.
think
everybody.
that's everyone.
I was last.
Unless you're letting me push
Let's
rolls by
see.
spending sanity.
Ooh,
Eguy?
I did get improvement points as Mr. Elieies.
Well, you got an improvement.
Yes, no, and I said I was going to let it roll over, so it still helped your dice. So once you finish your characters, put ticks in what Elieies succeeded in, and then you can do it that way.
All right, perfect. Thank you, sir.
Now I need to.
I'm
use
being
math.
nice to them now, so I can be horrible to them later.
Math is hard. I'm
Let's
so used
see.
to these automatic rollers that having to use math again is really, really annoying.
Let's have a look at Sydney's sanity.
It's too high.
62. Actually, out of
I've
all
done
of
that.
you,
That's way too high.
what's your luck at the moment, Sydney?
Way too high.
Luck is not in my base plus.
19.
Ooh.
You said we were going to be improving luck, remember? But my luck's only 19.
I mean, all right.
Yeah, well, it is a 5-year gap. I'll let you reroll. I'll let you do your luck rolls.
Oh no, I love my luck roll. I'm sitting on it. Mm-mm. Keep my luck. I'm good with where I'm at.
So what would I have to spend out of my 19 luck and 62 sanity to get some pushed rolls on improvements?
Buddy.
I'm having a look at your rolls. Anything that's close. Mechanical
The
repair.
six-
You can spend 3 sand.
Sure.
Yep. So for those that just come in, how to level up in Call of Cthulhu is when we pass a roll, which we haven't spent luck on to pass a roll, we give that skill a tick, and then when we come to a level up class like this, we essentially have to roll that again and fail. Aeon had lots and lots of ticks, but
Lots.
passed all those rolls except for one.
Yeah. Like I think it was 11 out of 12
Yeah.
So
successes.
it's pretty much just
11
a
out
one.
of 12, yes.
It's a 1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah.
If you want to push a roll, I was actually going to say if chat wants to give Eon, oh no, if chat wants to give Eon some help, donate your channel points.
Am I allowed to give you an help?
No, I ban players from donating
It's true.
on their own
I
show.
remember
Yeah.
this at this time.
So if chat wants to donate points, and then Eon can decide which ones they can try to reroll.
Believe me, we had a couple of weeks ago. We had a what did we have? We had a hype train for A Guard's Tale in the pre-show with the cast members putting in bits and pieces. It's like, you're not getting anything from this. Like, yeah, we're just having fun. Okay, cool.
You know what? I'll spend 9 sanity and up my anthro.
Okay.
I'll spend sanity if I can.
Why would you guys spend insanity? You want to keep that?
It's too high.
I'm not gonna keep it! We already know this! I mean...
Yes, make my NPC character even more and more powerful.
Yeah.
Besides... Alright, so that's an okay bump. Besides, I can go to a therapist over the next 5 years. I'm excited to hear how many assets we get because of how that works.
Okay, so untick
How
all the
much money
ones
we
we've
get.
rolled.
So, yeah, untick all the ones we rolled. So yeah, I think that'll be it, because
Nice.
everything else requires me to spend like 30.
Yeah, I just had a look at mine. I'm like, I passed by a lot on each one of them. It's like, there's no way I can even try.
Yeah.
And I
mean,
want to
I
dump my
could
sanity.
spend 20. Like, the only one that like was semi there is I could spend 20 to improve my 22 is my next lowest. 20 to improve persuade, or 22 to improve listen. And I was like, nah.
Alejandro could fail his occult by only spending 2 sanity.
It's true. I
Yeah,
mean,
that'd be worth it.
I was looking.
That
at,
would be worth
actually.
it.
Your choice.
Let me see if there's anything else I'm considering before I.
I think that's the only one that you came really close to.
Yeah, the rest are too far. Yeah, I'll burn the 2 sanity to get some occult.
I just made a very silly character.
That's good. Silly
We love
works.
silly. We love silly.
Sydney's mechanical repair is only 3.
No, my mechanical repair was 8.
Oh, okay.
It was my anthropology that was only 3.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I know
Oh,
there
no,
was
yeah.
one.
Eon, what was it? What's up?
What's up, sorry?
Oh, sorry, Eguy. What do you...
Of the 4 interpersonal skills, my lowest is Intimidate at a 45. So, in the wild, this character is not gonna do much.
That's
He's
okay.
gonna die very quickly.
So,
Well,
only
if Jack ever pulls a
45?
gun out of his holster, then he might be helpful, but...
He does have an 80 in handgun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's even bigger than Jack. Wow.
I had to put like 360 education points somewhere, and Dilettante gets firearms as one of them.
Yeah.
I'd like to spend one of. You said it has to be sanity or luck. I can choose.
Yes,
Make it
you can choose.
sanity.
Make it sanity. Go crazy.
I think sanity's better.
Well, it's because I had one. What was it? My psychology was literally 1 off.
I'm looking at that
Yeah.
right now. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's on screen right now. Your psychology is 60 out of 60.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take 1 for
Alright.
psychology.
What was it improved
So
by?
glad
Improved by 8.
Improved by 8. That's worth it.
Mm.
You're
Yeah, I think every one of them's worth it.
trying to think, scrolling up between all the others. I think, well, so many of the passes were extreme successes.
Yeah.
On, yeah.
That was the problem for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. But again, this is how the system works. We don't roll for hit points. We don't increase our hit points when we level up. We roll for our skills, and the skills are random. I do believe that it used to be D4, but you used to get far more level ups. That could be like my brain not working, but I'm talking about like second or maybe even first edition, probably second edition, about 25 years ago, maybe, when I first played this. So we've done some level up. How are we going to do, like, actually, let's see, what's Alejandro doing in the 5 years of downtime?
Well, the big plan for Alejandro for probably the first little bit was to help the professor explore and learn as much as he could about the ruin.
Okay, well,
As-
that's... Okay, so do EDU improve. Yep.
Once he felt the professor had learned as much as he could, then Alejandro was arranging cement trucks to come in and just start pouring cement into the tunnels.
Okay, so...
I'm guessing because they've only just been invented, you actually are importing the cement trucks and starting off the booming cement industry in the country just to essentially seal a, well, archaeological dig.
Yes.
Alright, well, Phoenix, do me a favor. Roll me a luck check, please.
I got Alkin. My luck sucks now.
You're welcome.
Well, sanity check then.
Nope.
Oh,
Alright, roll me a d10. You're gonna have fun.
it's either really, really good or really, really bad.
Okay, keep going.
So that was the initial part of his plan. After that, he would, knowing that the Carlisle group had something to do with this, and the Carlisle group is one of his competitors, he's going to start spending effort into trying to learn more about them and try to weakening their positions. So putting more effort into his shipping conglomerate to hopefully start taking the Carlyle's money away.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
What
So
else?
all of his funds that he gets from whatever's left from the dig is going to be going into his company.
Nice.
Anything else? 5 years.
Doing a hostile takeover of another corporation is probably going to take him a couple of years to actually start trying to weaken their positioning. I'm also assuming we'll spend at least 2 years at the ruins.
Yeah.
So that is the vast majority. In his personal downtime, he is going to be spending more time with some of the Amaran medicine people and starting to reconnect to his roots with the Jaguar, especially since he got that Jade Jaguar from the ruins.
Nice.
So
Don't mind me,
that's
just making
Alejandro.
notes.
Yeah, this is notes for the keeper today.
Those are his primary thoughts. The rest of it is just living life, but he's focusing on business and trying to crush the Carlyles.
So it's I mean, it's respect. He wants to be a business mogul. I'm feeling it.
Well, he already was. It's just that's where he's
No,
putting
no,
his effort.
That's right, but he's doing some real mogul stuff. He's going for hostile corporate takedown. Love that.
Caitlin, the end of the first, like the end of the prelude, when like you went down for the last episode, the end of the prelude, after everything was done, the checkbook from Alejandro came out, and we had luxury. Everything's like, but you're a guide.
He just likes to do some fun stuff on the side, you know.
He's got money, lots of money.
Daddy Warbanks over here. What's up?
It's like, but you're a guide. It's like, no, I'm a shipping company. He's like, shall we go for Aeon or Caitlin? Who wants to go next for what you're doing the next 5-year period of downtime?
I mean, I feel like what I do depends on what Eon does with Sidney a bit. So
Okay. This is a loaded one.
Fair enough. Well, originally, Sidney was going to go down a nicer path, but
Did Jack push her over?
Pardon?
Did Jack push her over? Did he?
No, Jack didn't push her over because she's not hiring assassins to kill you.
I will shut up for the next few minutes. Let's put myself on mute.
And just for context, Sidney was actually just slightly less wealthy than Alejandro. To start with this.
Slightly. Well, I think it was 5 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How high are your credit ratings?
50... Yeah, 50 for me, and 55 for Alejandro.
Okay.
He's a successful archaeologist.
I'm starting out at 50. I might have to bump it up because I want to be a pompous kind of.
You can be pompous as much as you want. Like the credit rating doesn't quite reflect that. It reflects how well your name is known. Sidney is a somewhat infamous thief as well. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Jack's only got 10,
yeah.
and it scales downwards badly.
And it's not Alejandro's name that gets promoted, it's his shipping company, Ixcal. But
Yeah.
because he's all fugly. He doesn't
And, I mean-
show up.
On Sydney's end, it was
Gotta
specifically
hide it.
that she has been an archaeologist, been successful, and she also robs rich people for giggles. So, I mean...
Quick question to Alejandro. if you check your character sheet, I just dragged over something for you on the spells thing.
Yep,
Okay.
makes sense.
The other one I was going to potentially give you is I just dragged a new one over.
I'll be right back.
Oh, that makes sense for what he's doing with the Carlisles.
A look at the actual info on on it. So
Yeah.
yes, I am giving you stuff based on what you tell me. So the better you tell me, the happier stuff I will give you.
Yep.
Oh,
All works
I mean,
perfectly well, and that makes sense for what he's doing with the Carlisles as to what he's trying to do. He would use it.
I can imagine. I'm not going to tell anyone. It's your choice if you want to tell what I've given people, but I think...
I don't mind telling people. The first is the healing spell, folk magic. So Alejandro has a chance to heal a person. Of course, it would leave scars and other things. The other is a ill luck, also folk magic. Alejandro can curse a item and pass it on to somebody and give them bad luck, but if he messes up, it comes back to him. So he would be handing out some trinkets to the Carlisles, especially their ship captains.
Ooh, they're putting like little hex bags in like the bottom of the hole.
Did I just come into you voodooing them?
100%.
Yes. 100%.
No,
Is that voodoo?
no, into using poppets. Voodoo
poppet.
That was actually a British custom that was then applied to the people who practiced the voodoo religion, and it's incredibly racist that they had it for it, and it was meant to make it scary.
Okay,
well, Eon, your turn.
All right. Well, Sidney has at least 2, potentially 3 very ambitious goals. First goal is, since she's understanding that she is going to need a lot of money and power if she's going to survive, considering she managed to get marked and piss off 2 elder gods, she was looking at basically starting her own mob. Preferably in a port city.
So, mob? Are you talking
Like
cult?
New York?
No, I'm not talking
Mob.
cult. I was thinking New York, but she's looking to start. She's looking to become the mafia, basically. At least take over. At least.
I thought you were going to start a cult. That's what I thought you meant. Yeah.
What's a
No.
real famous, There's 2 famous gangster cities in the U.S. Chicago and New York.
Babyface. Pone.
Mhm.
We've got a lot. There's like a lot.
No idea.
Chicago,
boy.
while it's not,
Chicago.
it's not a port.
And I'm
It
thinking
is-
New York, but I was thinking New York, but more on the idea that it's a port city that has access to areas that she would have some contacts with. Because, like, she's done work in Egypt, she's done work now in South America, she's done work in Europe. It would give her the ability to expand with smuggling, it would give her ins with potentially for the bootlegging, and since there's a large population and it's a large center for immigration, it's also a good way for her to get a lot of new muscle. I will pick a different city if that works better.
No, that sounds absolutely horrendous and horrible, and I love it.
Which is, it fits in with Cthulhu then. Sounds horrendous and horrible. I love it. Well, that actually kind of helps out sort of with what I was going to do anyway.
Yep. That's part of the reason she was looking for it, is that it was also to make sure that she had the resources to follow through on some of her promises, because regardless of this, one of her her most achievable goal was to reach out to the contacts that helped her get into university and get her archaeology degree, and help Kat get her medicine degree.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Aveline get her medicine degree.
So I would say then, Aveline, piggybacking off of that, would probably depart from the UK area for a bit, and after checking in with some of the family that she still has over there, and would probably attend some type of Ivy League something or another, because they actually were taking women as, not necessarily as medical doctors, but you could get, say, biochemistry, your PhD in that, and that would be pretty...
Which is a doctor.
Applicable as well. It is a doctor, and I mean, you are a living organism of biochemistry in motion. So I think that's part of what she would be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Living
and
her
I mean,
best
I don't know
life.
that Sidney could have her degree to the extent that she does, essentially being without bribery and fudging things on the certificate, considering she's also 24 and didn't go to school until she was 15.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my education's 89, which amuses the hell out of me considering her backstory.
Love that.
But so that was goal one, is that she would want to start up a mafia using, like, increasing her wealth. She'd be getting into bootlegging, she'd be getting into smuggling, she'd get into probably one of the more successful things she would be able to do, especially at the time, since it's the Roaring Twenties, would have not just been the bootlegging, but would have been loan shark, since a lot of people were trying to start up new businesses and everything like that. So but the second thing she would want to do is, she needs information about the occult.
Yeah.
So the only person she knows who knows about the occult is Jackson, so she'd be wanting to keep in touch with him, and she'd be wanting to, once her power base is more secured, if she can, she'd be traveling to both extend her contact network of criminals, but also her knowledge of the occult is what she'd be doing. She would be...
Sorry, I just want to say maybe Jackson's got funding for his, future expeditions in these 5 years through, our good friend Sidney.
I mean, potentially, she would... Sidney likes Jackson. So Sidney would definitely be trying to keep in contact with him, and if he's going to be looking more into the eldritch gods that...
Yeah, he goes on a couple... He goes on a couple expeditions.
She's going to be wanting to keep in contact with him, and... she was originally going to have to hit the bench and retire because I was out of luck points. But...
Fair enough.
Out of luck and sanity. And I'm still low on both of those, but,
But still kicking, and that's what matters.
Dear.
Okay. Right, so I might give that to... what was your third goal? You said you had 3.
The third was helping with the medical degree. Probably the only thing that she might be doing is, and this does relate to my backup character, would be reaching out to an old contact if she's starting up a mafia to make sure that one of the few people she semi-trusts, a science professor in Hong Kong who also makes bombs for the Triad.
It's, as one does, you gotta fund the research. Money's hard. Times is tight.
So,
gotta do a little crime on the side. That's how.
Look, and Sidney's basically just more going, like, if I am going to be making power moves against established crime families, I'm going to need a very skilled individual to help me with this. So...
Okay then. In my notes, I have big bada boom, big boom,
Boom.
Yep.
big bada boom.
Big bada boom.
So
Hey,
for
big bada boom,
context,
though.
part of the reason I was saying is that if I don't get a chance to get luck points back, Sidney needs to be retired. This backup character has 80 in occult, 90 in chemistry, physics, and 80 in demolitions, and 80 in throw.
That was important.
Yeah, the last,
It is
the last
very
one.
important, Cthulhu.
That last
60 in
stat,
dodge.
though. Hey, also very good.
60 in dodge, 80 in spot hidden. Very little in anything else. She makes bombs, she throws them, she runs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's your choice if you want to retire or not. I'm not
No,
going to
I do
force
not
that
want
on
to retire
you.
Sidney because that would be very forced, especially with it. She's still good. She's got an adventure 2 left in her. She'll probably die in the next arc, but that's okay. But that's why
Fair
I'm
enough.
at least
Okay.
introducing Lois as her confidant and basically functioning as a second in command for her bludgeoning or her budgeting empire. That will bludgeon quite a bit, but you know.
Well, more like go boom, but it's close enough. The moment when you realize, wait, I need to actually look up tomes and archives now because that's going to be a thing.
Yep. But yeah, the only thing I was going to do is I was going to partly use that as the explanation for credit rating growth, since I'm not sure how much finance we're getting, but
Okay. All right. So that's that one, Phoenix. So, Kat, apart from being
I want to be
Um,
PhD.
apart from becoming a mob doctor,
You know.
Pretty
And
much.
here's the thing: she won't even really quite catch the mob part. I feel like she'd be like, "Oh, again with all of these. Why? How is it that everyone seems to have bruised knuckles and broken ribs? This is outrageous. Crazy."
I'm afraid I'm afraid that my employees are just very, very clumsy. I'm so sorry, Miss Baker, and I do understand. Don't worry that we left the bottle of your favorite gin in the mail, and it's. By the way, did I mention that we have some new flavors and breweries that are trying some things out? If you'd like to join me for a nip later.
I do like a smooth vermouth. Well, I suppose I can. Anyway, I would say she's probably, seeing how her stuff's gone, along with that, has probably opened up like her own little small library at this point. It's part medical library, but as well as you'll see some maybe more occult tomes start finding their way into that. I know
this would be a public library or a personal library?
Personal library. This is a personal collection for Miss Baker, where you'll start seeing maybe scientific medicine and then esoteric medicine start making their way into her hands as part of kind of why her occult has also grown a bit, grown quite a bit. Yeah, and then I'm trying to think, what else would she do? I think at some point, no, she's already has basically a practice established with Sidney. I think that would probably be it, because that would be the other thing, would be like actually opening a medical practice of some form.
You just treat.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh,
All your patients.
Yeah, all of my patients are mob, which I'm like, I guess it's me again.
No. The thing is, you're a mob doctor, which means you're good at your shit. People won't come to you if you don't do your shit right.
It's true. That's why it's impeccable medicine, and it also explains why the bedside manner really hasn't improved much.
Oh, I thought that one other thing Sidney would do would be, if she's doing for the other source of income, would be fighting rings and fighting rings for betting.
Oh,
Which
You know
would
what,
also
yeah.
explain.
Yeah, I'll let that one go because yes. And also, my day job is I film MMA
Yeah.
combat sports, so
Yeah,
I have a
yeah.
very, very. Hell, I can probably talk to a friend of mine, Adrian Payne. He says, "Hey, mate, I need you to record some voiceovers on me." Thanks. He's a fighter on one championship. I probably talk to Brian as well. Oh, because all fighters normally become trainers, and trainers take their fighters to fight shows I work on. So I know all these ex-UFC people, one championship. I know a lot of these people.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
It's insane.
And let me tell you, they need like, I'd be like, okay, so if you're going to be competing at such a level, you have to make sure that your machinery, which is the you, has to be well fed, well hydrated, less gin, and that's for me, thank you. And then just confiscating people's gin.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, why don't I give you that one then?
Sidney having having 2 or 3 speakeasies around New York.
Yeah, and she would keep in contact with her nursing mentor and let her kind of know about how she's now a doctor. I've got my doctorate over in the Americas. It's the tea is rubbish, but at least they allow you to practice medicine. Yeah.
Would you be getting your tea shipped from UK?
100% import. You don't. I would be paying a premium. I know what I'm about. Creature comforts, I can do without a lot. Yeah, I can do without a lot.
You could probably get your mob friends to
Yeah,
get around.
I was more going to say,
tariffs
somebody in
and
the
levies.
shipping business.
exactly.
I know, because tea at this time was like a massive luxury.
Yeah.
There was literally tea shops.
Oh, you would see it. Aveline would be
What,
in
like
a tea
T2?
shop once a week.
Oh, God, wrong. That's not tea. That's abominations.
So
Unless T2
the
wants to
only-
sponsor us, then yes, I love T2.
Yeah.
So,
Quickly
Aveline,
folds.
would you be potentially looking to open up potentially a tea shop just to make sure that it was...
Yeah.
Because you are fairly rich, and Sydney could use laundering businesses. Like
I was
official
going to say
business
tea shop.
businesses.
That would be. And here's the thing: not 100% sure about the laundering. Like, doesn't quite get the math part. It's just like, if you need a financier to make sure that this tea is, quality. Like, I don't mind helping bring in, sampling wares and things, but more of like, I just give you the money and I just let you make it happen, and like we can invest together. I've not much in mind for
Yes.
business.
I have
just let
some
you take
wonderful
care of it.
accountants who are very good, and they've been very good at getting us great tax breaks too. So we don't even have to worry about all of that nonsense.
Oh God. I just think I pay dual citizenship taxes, so this is going
Oh,
to
I
be
have
amazing.
no doubt, dear. Here, let me get you in touch with I
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
have 2 accountants that work on different businesses, so they're each going to come to you with different questions. But
Oh, that's fine. I'll answer them as best I can. My mathematical skills.
this is more personal information of things that you like, your 5-year goals, etc.
Oh, okay.
I just love that they've got into character just in that moment, just there.
Yeah. Ew. You get RP no matter what.
There's always RP somewhere.
The amount of times that we're on break and the RP continues.
It's never stopped. I've been possessed. My character just comes out and force chokes me. Say it.
I think you're still with. I think you're in the Guard's Tale still. When no, you're in the Guard's Tale. You went to speak to Ezrak, went to speak to Game Reaper,
Yeah.
on break about like his character while he's still in character of her old lady character. Like I was like, oh,
I can't be stopped. Again, they're just like, you're gonna say the words. Say them. I'm like, I'm gonna say them. I did it.
oh boy.
All right, so
Yeah.
knowing what you know now, Karsh, what is Jack done?
So Jack's, I've going different. I had a couple of different options. I'll go with the other option, which I think will be interesting. So Jack, in his 5-year downtime, he went back to England, and with the immense funds which he's apparently we've gotten from that. Don't worry, it's going to be blown. I'm not starting with any increased society, credit rating. He bought his way into the Royal Geographical Society with pretty much most of the funds. Because, of course, he knows about Egypt.
Good.
Donations help, of course. You've got something there, Eon?
Not for you.
Forms a small...
No. If it's something you'll know, MLP will tell you in a moment.
Yeah.
But it's for MLP.
Yeah. Formed a small security guard for ex-soldiers, catering for expeditions. Not just Brits, but actually France, Germany, helps with the language barriers.
So you created a security guard firm.
Not a firm, just a small group of, kind of a small company.
It's a firm. It's a group.
And got married to a British lax. Real good looker, not too bright, which is good for Jack, of course. And she took the kids, Bob and Sheila, in the divorce. She took the manor as well in the settlement. But again, she wasn't a real smart one. The manor, which she thought was an English manor she hadn't actually gone to in the country, was actually just a large farm back in the country, back in Western Australia, which she bought up. So she's left in the settlement. She left with the kids to go to the farm back in Western Australia. So that's a thing. So
In
Jack
that
got
same location that you spelt to me earlier?
yeah. So country is where he was born.
Yep.
So it's not his family's farm, but like if she needs help, the family will help out. Maybe if she's a trollop, then they probably won't. But hey, that's her problem. Jack kept the business, which wasn't making money. But yeah, that's about it. Unless
And the company is based in England, correct?
yeah, well,
Yep. Okay.
it's pretty much kaput by this by the time we start up again. If it's needed to be active, then it can be active.
No,
but by the time we start up again, it can be.
It can be active. It can still be active. You just. Yeah, it'll be active.
Maybe he was sick when the expedition goes off. Well, the latest expedition goes off, and he end up going with these guys, or somehow he gets drawn back into whatever the events of the campaign.
I just like Eon's face during all that Karsh, and I do not trust any of it.
So, Eguy, in case you didn't know, I also am running this campaign, and we're about 2 arcs ahead of where our group is in my game. So, every so often, I just hear some of the stuff, and I'm just like, I am so excited for this. I can't wait to see what happens.
I've just chosen very, very poorly. Mistakes were just made for my random choices of where my character is going to be doing.
Oh, mistakes may have been made. Mistakes could be. You might have just opened a few doors.
I was gonna say, actually, Karsh, the reason I'm excited is the opposite. Is because if this goes the way that I think MLP is going to do, you've just done good things for our group.
Jack actually doing good? Oh my god, that's impossible.
I mean, he had to eventually. It was kind of like the one time he shot a vampire.
I didn't. I cut his throat.
No, you shot them on the island.
Oh, that. Well, yeah. Well. Hey.
You said that. You said that the kid's names is Bob and Sheila.
Yeah. I just explained to her that like their family names. She does like not too bright.
So, as somebody who has only a vague knowledge of Australian culture, how much of a bimbo/bigot does that make her come across as?
Oh yeah, she's like no, she was British. She's from England, so she has no idea.
No, I know. I'm saying that you sent her to live in Australia.
Oh, she wanted.
I'm
wanted
asking
the
the
manor,
two Australians.
She
I
wanted
know.
the
I'm
manor,
asking for
yeah.
how much have you screwed this woman over?
Oh yeah, absolutely. A farm in Western
no.
Australia, like in the middle of nowhere.
That's
Yeah.
that's desert. Like, isn't like
Yep.
Western Australia all desert? Yeah.
Well,
It's all desert. It's
it's not all.
let's just say
3/4
What's-
desert.
what's probably the most remotest place in America with absolutely nothing worthwhile, which is Washington D.C.
I would say.
That's
Mojave?
Valley.
No, that's rude to Kansas, but like, I mean, there's a lot of nothing in there.
Mojave.
I was gonna say, like, what about Nevada, like the
Yeah, Death
biggest
Valley?
deserts?
Yeah.
Yeah, Death Valley.
Yeah.
So think
Not
of that,
as-
and about
not
half
as
the
much.
country.
Yeah.
So
So that's Australia. That's the outback, isn't that?
There are farms. There are farms in Western Australia that are bigger in landmass than the UK. I don't mean England. I mean England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales all combined. That's the size of one farm. Like, there's a lot of area there.
So MLP, just this is sort of like question for afterwards, and this is also possibly for Karsh too. I recently was watching Puppet History with the whole war on the emus for like how the Australian government was trying to deal with the veterans of World War One.
This is new to me. Please.
I don't know where it was, but essentially, the short version of it was that the the Australian government loaned money to a bunch of veterans of World War One and let them use it to buy farmland in the outback, telling them it was this lovely pasture and things like that, and it definitely wasn't. So they were struggling with that, and right around the time that they were starting to get their first crops together, and the government was asking for the payment back on their loans, was right as the Great Depression hit.
Yeah. I just did a quick Google search. War on emus, something I've never heard of myself. Again, in Australian history, we're guilty of hiding the bad stuff, like the stolen generation.
Oh, that's every country, don't worry.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
countries. Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
We're talking from the US.
Yeah.
so.
We've got a very shorter history of badness though. So I'm looking at this right now. Great Emu War, the Great Emu War, apparently. 1932, so it's outside the scope of this.
Right, no, but like the farms were starting to be kind of opened up around this, is what would have been happening. I'm asking, like, is that something relevant to just like being sent out into the middle of nowhere to start a farm in the middle of the outback?
We were a
And
veteran.
It is Western Australia too.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
well, I'm just like,
You know what? I'll allow it.
does that mean I get a Lewis gun? I'm just looking at this. Quick Wikipedia, something about a Lewis gun. What the hell?
So basically, to combat the emus, the government, rather than actually doing anything, because these veterans reached out to the army, they sent 3 people with a Tommy gun, and they were being plagued by about 40,000 emus, and they got sent with a gun and I think 10,000 rounds to 10,000 light machine gun rounds to deal with this army of emus.
Okay.
40,000?
Lewis gun is not a Tommy gun, but
No, sorry, I don't remember what the gun was. Like just a light machine gun. They, like the idea being they were sent with a low enough caliber that it was great against people.
yeah. No,
It didn't even pierce the hides of the emus.
I do have a photo here. It's not. I will say a Lewis gun is not a submachine. A Lewis gun is what you would see these days as an M60 machine gun. It is a mountable machine gun. It's the big machine gun. I've got a picture here of 2 people in the outback. One guy standing with his like traditional like slouch hat. The guy with the barrel of the Lewis gun on his shoulder, and he's holding something to like on his shoulder to strap like to hold it down, and a guy behind is carrying the backside aiming through him. Like, okay, that's pretty impressive.
Right? You're like, ooh.
So for
Not as
context, I
impressive
think
as a
they
punt gun,
killed like they managed to successfully kill under 100 of the emus.
Wait,
Uh,
less than?
Yeah,
Less
nice.
than.
Nice.
And the emus started, like, you have to understand, the emus started doing a combination of things. Like, first off, the bullets would only kill them if you hit them in the head.
Which is very small
Because it
compared
was
to
too
the
light of a
large
caliber.
size of an emu.
Yeah. Second thing was the emus they were not just like, it was not this herd of 40,000 idiots. This was like, they'd have one leader who would go, they literally formed raiding bands of like 20 emus that would go, one would be standing guard like a meerkat, and as soon as they saw a person or a truck, made a sound and all of them were gone.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love
So-
it.
Like, they say basically they declared war on the farmers and won.
Yeah.
So Australian wildlife, for those that in America, those that haven't been to Australia, Australian wildlife doesn't do well with people. Like, people don't do well with Australian wildlife. If you are driving on a country road and you hit an emu with your car, the emu is now inside your car. This is the same with a kangaroo. You hit them with the legs, and now the whole body goes through the windscreen and is now inside your car. Both emus and kangaroos have very, very sharp talons in their essentially claws on their bottom of the feet, and they kick really, really hard. So that's the big animals. That's like the emus and the kangaroos. That's the Australian like shield, like emblem, like emu and kangaroo. But if you hit something like a wombat, you think like a wombat, oh, that's cute and cuddly and furry. Well,
Wombats are very edible, is what I've heard from Australian lore.
it's not that. It's like if you hit a wombat with a car, the car comes off worse than the wombat.
Yeah.
We're talking an
like
animal only
eggs.
about this big, like about a small dog or medium-sized dog, or actually smaller than a medium-sized dog. But the wombat is so dense that it will total your car, and it'll still probably survive the impact.
So it's a dense little nugget. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Like people haunt
And they
hunt
poop in
wombat.
cubes. They poop in cubes.
Yes, and they poop in cubes, which is the other weird part. The weird part of wombats. Yes.
Can you guys talk just for a moment about cassowaries? Just for a second.
Just for
because-
me. Just for me.
Just personal, because like they're
Yeah.
dinosaurs.
What, I can't remember. What are the cassowaries? Cassowaries are the essentially the other versions of the emus. Which one's the cassowary?
Yeah, the giant birds with like blue in their face, like in the face, and there's like these giant talons. Like,
I can't remember cassowaries.
Yeah, they look like raptors. That's just
I mean, they are what raptors evolved. Like,
they
are.
are modern day raptors.
I think the only thing we know about them is that, like, compared to emus, they're not. If I remember correctly, they're not inherently like uber aggressive, and that's the only reason that you can remotely live in the same continent as them.
Oh, so that's why I don't know, because it's Papua New Guinea or New Guinea, and northeastern Australia. So that would be up close to MLP. They're not really natives around here. We don't. Yeah. But they have got a horn on the top, like a flat.
Yeah, that's scary.
Okay, yeah. Australia's got some weird natural wildlife, and it's all scary. Like you
Spiders.
think spiders are
joke
dangerous? It's like no. Kangaroos. It's like the drop bears.
The joke is, come
wombats.
to Australia, you might accidentally get killed.
Yeah. I would one day love to surf in somewhere in Australia. That's like a bucket list.
Stonefish, box jellyfish. What was it? The what's the octopus?
The blue ringtail.
Blue ring octopus. Is it the ring octopus or whatever? Yeah, we've got lots of things. It's not just on land, but also in the water.
I know that's
We're all
the
good.
dangerous part.
Yeah, we're all great. It's great. Even something as polite and something as weird as a platypus is the only poisonous marsupial in the world.
Hello, Barb.
Yeah.
Why? And it lays eggs. Why?
Australia. Reason.
and this is part of the reason why the Aboriginals believed that they were in the dreaming. That this world was not the real world. because
I
it
mean-
wanted to kill them.
Yeah.
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 I mean, the only thing kind of comparable living with Canada that's kind of fun is you're talking about, like, you know, if you hit this thing, you're dead, like, you know, it loses, is we have moose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I do love whenever they talk about, like, I have seen moose, like, the remnants of, like, a bus crash or an 18-wheeler hitting a moose. And the moose has, like, a hurt leg and leaves. Meanwhile, you've got this vehicle that's, like, you know, destroyed. And you're like, this thing is thousands upon thousands of pounds.
Yeah. Like, growing up in the American Northeast, like, black bears, docile, no big deal. Moose, if you find a male moose in heat, you are in danger.
Running season, go.
I actually had one charge me because we had an old bull that was one of the biggest in the area who was old. Like, he'd been there for a good 10, 15 years.
That's his house.
Yeah. That's his
Well,
home.
this has been your Call of Cthulhu zoology lesson. You have toured the world and all the things that want to kill you, from platypi to moose.
Thank you, Phoenix. I was just typing. This is us during pre-show and breaks. This is normal. Like,
This is it for us, yeah.
this is the type of thing we'll just normally chat about and things. I will say, my goblin loves Mythbusters. So, have you seen the Mythbusters moose, like the moose car hitting the moose?
Oh, God.
Oh,
I
I'd
know I
watch
haven't,
that.
but I need to.
They essentially put a big lump of meat on stilts, the size of a moose, and they pull a car into it at full speed. And it doesn't work well for the car. And I think one of the times they did it, the car, like the body of the, because it's just a round barrel of meat essentially. It just goes flying up into the air. I think one of the first times they did it, and the other times I think it goes through the windscreen and everything. The car does not come off well. It really doesn't.
Something you might appreciate is there is a Tumblr blog that's like a collection of humans are weird, humans are space orcs, like kind of sci-fi ficlets. One of the best ones is that aliens invading Earth. They prepared for our technology. They prepared for our weapons. They were confident. They didn't expect bears. And then it just starts going through all of the Earth wildlife. How they're like, oh, we're fine, we can deal with this. And then it's talking about dying of malaria from a mosquito bite. You know, jaguars killing them when they camp out for the night. Oh, you know, your puny Earth vehicles can't handle the wildlife, but our vehicles can't crunch. That's called a moose. Like, and it's just humanity being completely, you know, like, they said hippos. Just their first time encountering hippos is like, what do you guys do about the hippos? Pick a god and pray.
Yeah.
Seriously, like,
It starts bleeding the red.
Hippos are bad too.
Yeah.
I think that they're basically saying, it's like, you know how dolphins are, like, some of the nastiest creatures of the ocean? Like, they're really smart and they can be really friendly, but
they're smart enough to be
basically as
evil.
smart as people, so they will bully and terrorize and everything like that. And they pointed out the closest living relative of dolphins and whales and all that is the hippo.
It all is coming together.
The hippo is literally basically just dolphin that grew legs and went on land.
And the mouth didn't get longer, it went sideways.
Yeah.
I will say one of the other things we have in Australia, not poisonous, and not a huge creature, but really, really scary, specifically this time of year. Magpie.
Magpie.
It's swooping season, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bad. It's really, really bad. Like, if you've never experienced it, you hear the and that's after it swooped you, and that's the first time you know it's even there, and that's your warning. And like, it's just, they are that aggressive, like so hyper aggressive. If you don't know what I'm talking about, magpie is essentially a crow which is a lot faster. They have a very, very long and sharp beak, And when I say sharp, it's meant for piercing skulls. Like, they actually try to attack and swoop and put a hole in your skull, like, to scare you off from when they're breeding. They are really, really, really dangerous and scary. And they're mostly dangerous for cyclists and stuff because they spook you so much that you fall off your bike, and you might be on a road and you fall off the bike and there's cars behind you, etc. Or it's really bad. I really don't like them. And you see the school kids running away from school with their bags, their backpacks on their head, and running from the magpies.
Or the people with helmets with all the zip ties.
Yes.
Spiky zip ties out.
Yes. Zip ties on, like, the modern helmets for bikes have, like, all the air vents. They zip tie all the air vents to have, like, the spikes of the zip ties pointing upwards to protect them from magpies.
I've seen people literally just, like, pictures of people just wearing metal buckets.
Yeah.
I hate magpies. Really.
Welcome to Australia.
Here. Yeah. A few years, like, in Australia, we used to have a show, which was, it's all about marketing and advertising. And they used to run a program, every, like, a segment every week where they get two people from opposing marketing firms, and they have to do essentially an anti-ad, or like an ad on something you've never done before, and they have to make this ad from scratch. They have a week, and then they, like, do this thing. And one was of course, before COVID, was like an anti, an anti-tourism ad for Australia. So, like, we don't want people coming to Australia anymore. We want to have some isolation. We want to run some peace and quiet. So we want you to do an anti-advertising one. And one of the companies just did, like, all the poisonous and all the dangerous animals of the reasons to come to Australia. It's like, we're friendly. Oh yeah.
The people could be very friendly. They're a very tiny % of who lives there.
The rest of the inhabitants is what we're worried about.
Yeah. Though, actually, one thing I did want to ask MLP before I forgot is, I'm not sure, do you actually have a number on how much assets we get from the Peru expedition?
12 assets.
Actually, I was going to ask Phoenix about that, but Phoenix has gone away. So we'll get to that once we come back from break.
Sounds good.
I'm also trying to find I'm trying to find interesting bits to... Well, because Kat's character has decided to become some occult tomes in their collection.
Hey!
So I'm trying to wonder what tome I will give them.
Again, specializing in occult medicine.
I was just looking because I won a contest. I won a giveaway a few weeks ago. It's like I now have all the Grand Grimoire of Cthulhu Mythos Magic on my Roll20.
Ooh,
Nice.
I don't even have that. That's all bad.
Oh,
I just saw one. A Cursed Eye, for example.
Yeah.
No, listen to this. 1d6 magic point. Oh, 6 magic points. 1d4 sanity points. 30 minutes casting time.
Jeez.
No. This spell can be used to see out of another's eye socket.
Socket, not the eye. So if they've got an eye in their socket, then you can't see because it's blocking your vision.
The target eye must first be removed in ritualistic fashion.
I was right. Yes.
There it is.
And a small piece of unwholesome flesh, gorged from the caster or another sacrificial victim, is placed in the empty socket.
Oh.
Nice.
Now, in the ritualistic fashion, is the person who's getting the eye allowed to be unconscious?
Yes, they can be.
Okay.
That's all bad. Magic in Call of Cthulhu, if you're, again, not familiar, it's all bad. You're spending your sanity to be able to cast. It's not good.
It's not all bad. Sometimes it's necessary. You're just sacrificing your character for that power.
It's true.
Actually, I have
other
something to send
people's
MLP
characters.
afterwards. Just mention.
Okay. I've got like multiple different conversations going on in the background.
Yeah.
Because you've given me some wonderful seeds.
Well, I thought I'd give you some with my background. I thought that would be an interesting one.
Oh, actually, if it's not the smartest tool in the shed, do you think she would have joined a cult?
Who?
Yeah, Jack's wife.
Oh, I doubt it. She's not smart enough for that.
Oh no, that's definitely the mark of joining a cult in Call of Cthulhu, is being an idiot.
It'd be more like, well, if she's got a farm to run, I don't think she's got time to join a cult. A farm with 2 young kids.
Actually, I'm thinking like that's how she gets the help to run the farm, is that
Cult.
there's other cult members living there. It basically becomes a halfway house.
In the middle of nowhere in Western Australia. I don't know.
You're in the outback, like traditional lands. That's not middle of nowhere. That's a perfect spot for it.
I don't know the campaign, but I do know that the location of where Jack is from is a part of this campaign. I know enough to know that's a part of this campaign, because I was given some options of like, where do you want to be from Australia? And I was like, well, let's find somewhere which fits into the campaign. So if he does survive to get there, that could be an interesting encounter, which is kind of why I'm doing it this way.
Okay. All right. I'm going to quickly read out a couple of topics, Kat.
Mm-hmm. Lay them on me.
Choose one. Banishment or control.
Okay.
Bringing forth. Combat. Communications. Enchantments. Environmental. Extending life. Folk. Harmful. Influencing others. Making monsters. Other. Protection or relating to time. Or transformation. Or travel.
Extending life?
I would say extending life or protection, probably. I have to choose one of those?
You don't have to. You don't have to. It just helps me narrow down a few things.
I would say protection, most likely, then.
Okay.
I do love how, like, 3 out of the 4 of us go hunting down the occult in some fashion.
And Jack goes on expeditions. So am I the one out?
Locations.
I'm the one out. At least I got to Egypt. Hey.
Yeah, you finally got to Egypt again.
MLP, just FYI, if you need someone, or if it would benefit you at all, someone who is like dabbling with an actual cult, the dilettante kind of dandy kind of character is
Ultra Jason.
He's got a 65 in a cult, so this is what he's interested in.
Oh.
Whoa!
Well, we had a psychic who was a con artist, but even she didn't have that much in cult.
Let me just check that.
Mm-hmm.
In all fairness, she didn't put it into a cult. She wanted to cast magic.
And
I thought she did have high.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had 90 power.
Yeah, he Emmett is the new character. He's only got 55 power.
Ah!
There we go.
Waiting for it. Thank you.
I'm consistent, if anything.
Could I just like quickly do my IPs, or improvement points?
Yeah,
Well,
go for it.
how about we go for a break and then we'll come back for that?
Yeah. Cool.
Because we'll come back for that, and then you can do the improvement points as well, and we'll be right back. Just please stick around. Again, this is kind of us how we'll be on our breaks or on the pre-shows, like just a nice casual chat. Because we don't get to do this like on a show. We don't get to address people directly, and the group's been through a bit. So yeah. But either way, I'll turn the music back up, which has got Syrinscape in the background. A warning for those with audio-visual or more audio issues. We will be playing the other version of our intro movie, which has quite distorted and disturbing audio. If you have any issue that comes close to like the audio, just mute it. And then when we're back on screen, you can unmute. Just remember to unmute, of course. But we'll be back soon. So stick around. Thanks for sticking around. Be back soon. thanks for sticking around. We are back with our casual chat. Doing essentially the post-prelude, pre-campaign, level up character work, bits and pieces, giving the keeper, how can I put this? Story hooks
Story
to
seeds.
torment us. Yes.
Yes.
Story seeds to
More
torment us.
ammunition to screw us.
It's not my fault you picked up the Jaguar figure from the pile of
You gave it to.
potentially cursed gold. Nope. Alejandro rolled a luck check and found what they wanted.
Yeah.
Yes, that was before I spent all of my luck.
I still got heaps
also,
of it.
to be
Oh.
fair, MLP, he specifically looked for cultural artifacts of his own heritage.
Yes.
No, I did look specifically. I did say I was looking for jaguars. I did specify that as well.
Yeah.
So, because that I was keeping personally.
Yep,
I was gonna say, speaking of luck, MLP, do you have some news to share with the rest of the group that you learned?
Okay, now you can redeem. You roll a dice. If you fail a luck check, you actually get to add 1d10 luck.
But
No damn buts. It's
okay,
just
sounds like a but one. Sounds like
I
but
can
if
always
you
make it-
pass, you lose 1d10 because that's
no,
how
you
luck-
just don't. You don't get any more luck.
Okay,
Hey,
so
But since Eon for you now. Oh, fairly good.
okay, welcome back, Kat. We are back to live.
Hi.
So we just found out that you can live up your luck as well.
Ooh. Okay.
Um,
So what do I have to do?
Roll
Fail
your
your
luck.
luck check.
If you
fail a
succeed,
luck roll.
you need to fail a luck roll. This is the one luck roll you want to fail.
Fail it.
I don't know. I'm pretty good at luck. Yeah, there.
I
it is.
wait, no. I
So do I keep rolling after I failed, or is it just the one go?
I think it's a one
Do
and
you just
done
keep rolling until we
situation.
succeed?
can I spend luck?
Double or nothing.
You can't spend luck on a luck roll. That just becomes horrible.
But if I spend luck to fail the luck roll, then wait, no. Oh, that goes. My brain hurts.
So, Karsh, I think you can
that's-
roll 1d10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I went, I succeed. I was looking at the hard success because I rolled exactly the same time as Kat.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So let's do that
So,
1d10.
guys, you'll be pleased to know I'm up to 23 luck.
Ooh, big spender.
I'm rolling in it.
58.
All right.
I do like that the sheet has like it's like you've got the edit mode for like the big changes and stuff, but you've also got another mode in the settings that's it's like a you can edit your hit points, your sanity and luck without
what I
having to
have
switch
on.
all the way to the edit mode.
Yeah.
That's me.
I think that works really well. I use that all the time.
So I'm about to roll luck for Emmett. So it's 3d6 by default, but then we got like the
It's
the points-
3d6 times 5.
Yeah, the points from last week. Someone donated, so carry
Yes.
over. I got
Well,
1d6.
you get a d6 on top, not times 5. You're not timing that d6 times 5.
No,
No.
Gotcha. All right. So we'll roll 3d6. So that's a 55, and then we'll roll 1d6. That's a 56.
6.
Okay.
That's a decent starting luck.
It is good
Not
starting.
bad.
luck.
It's
Don't
above
knock it.
50.
Yeah,
It's above 50.
Then
It's
you're gonna
above
have
30, which is doing better than me.
Almost twice.
You might want to start actually rolling those luck rolls.
I've got 58 now, so I'm good. Aveline's got 67.
Let me.
I mean,
let me
I've been investing in my luck. You have to understand, like, almost all of my donations have gone to luck.
Yeah.
I just fail a lot of rolls that would potentially screw my character over.
I haven't been rolling. I don't think I've been rolling as much as everybody else. I think that might be the thing. Because I do
I don't
spend
do
my luck.
anything.
Well,
Jack doesn't do anything.
Okay. Speaking of
Does?
rolling, I'm also gonna really quickly do improvement points for
Yep.
Mr. Barnes. So this is probably gonna be a success. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, first handgun.
Yeah. That's just letting the keeper know what's coming up. Nice.
Mm.
Nice.
Yes, the more I can torment you, the better.
Perfect. Okay.
Good.
And then we'll do an occult. It's of course not. It's fine.
God,
This
that's
is
a
not
huge
gonna-
number.
It's fine. Wait for this one. Oh.
That.
That's good.
Please don't
That's
roll a
good,
10.
though. Oh, that's still good.
That's decent. Oh, stealth is the one I wanted. I expected it, but it's okay.
You can spend sanity or luck.
Oh.
Do you want to spend 12 sanity or luck?
Wait, the question is, do I also get the 26
No,
sanity?
that was
No,
for
this
us
is-
completing the arc. That was for the actions that we did.
Not you. That
So it's
was
for a
us.
different character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Different
I know
character.
other game
Jackson
systems.
got that 26 sanity.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Jackson needed that 26 sanity.
Yeah.
Jackson ended up with like a 90 something insanity. So Jackson is solid going into
His next novel book.
Yeah.
You mean his next
expedition.
globe trotting around the world and hunting eldritch abominations and seeing what happens?
Well, he's interested in the Carlisle group. He's had that face to face with the last vampire. He may
He's so dead.
he may ask, Sidney for some funding. Maybe he'll even ask Alejandro for some funding, especially if Alejandro knows who the Carlisles are. So he would absolutely stay in contact, at the very least, with the two of them. Not so much Jack. He doesn't really need you for anything. But definitely Alejandro and Sidney.
But as a note, just for Sidney on Alejandro, she would be specifically working to not be smuggling artifacts the best that she could, and occasionally sending him anonymous hints of like, "Hey, these people are planning a raid in your country."
All right.
He'll help you smuggle any artifact as long as it's not South American. Any
know,
other
but-
artifact he'll help you smuggle.
Will you smuggle?
right.
Yeah, no, I
Will you
know.
smuggle tea for me?
All right, Kat. I'm gonna ask you
Yes.
a few questions. It's gonna require what rolls?
Okay,
First
let's
off,
do it.
roll me a d6. High is good or low is bad.
Okay, 1d6. Oh, 4. That's high.
Okay, so you get that
Ish.
one.
It's high enough.
It's not a
Okay,
20.
so-
I
As a
said
D6.
D6.
Again, it's not a 20.
The math checks out.
I've got a D20 that rolls 30. Got another one that rolls 24. Another one rolls 25. Best dice I've got.
Okay, roll me another d6.
Okay. Oh, high again.
5. All right. So, roll 3.
I'm very scared. It's
Alright.
never good when your keeper's like, "Hey, just roll some dice. Just roll some dice for me. Cute little dice things. Just go for it."
Okay.
It's harmless.
And-
Don't worry
Never
about it.
goes poorly when the keeper asks you to roll. Never.
Da-da-da-da. All right,
It's
and
fine.
Wait for the next one. I have to. Actually, roll me another d6.
Okay, last one. More D6. Hit. Oh.
Okay.
1.
You know it's going to be really important.
Yeah, it's always the last one that gets you.
Yep. As a GM for a lot of games, it's always the last one that you ask for is the really important roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll get that one. Okay.
So you're going to get
top-
this curse, and then this curse, and then this curse.
Yeah. Basically.
Like, how active would you have been looking for occult books?
Moderately. I wouldn't say it's not something she's obsessed with, but it's definitely like she would stop by weekly at like different like used book shops or areas that are like known for a bit more of like, be like, oh, I'm just going to be popping over to Salem, Massachusetts. Is there anything you happen to need? Like that kind of looking.
Okay, would you have spent your downtime reading these books fully?
Yeah.
Lose
Okay. Fun,
D100
fun, fun.
sanity. Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to
yeah.
point out, like, this is not something that we might. I hope we don't bump into this. But like, as example of some of these tomes, there are tomes that are like the paper and the leather is human skin.
Like, okay, yeah. If she comes across something like that, like, okay, wait, let me caveat
That's the
you real
best one.
quick. As a medical professional, I feel like she would easily identify, hey, this is skin paper. Maybe not something I want to
All
be a
right,
part of.
roll me.
No,
2d8,
it means the first
please.
edition.
Cat,
First
roll me
edition.
2d8, please.
2d8.
It means it's the first edition. Predates the printing press. More important.
Okay, so I got an 8 and a 1. Okay, nice.
All right,
and
reduce your
lows.
sanity by 9, please.
Okay, not too bad.
So you didn't want 8 and 8 in that one?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I'm at
Does
79.
she have to make an
sanity.
intelligence roll?
Oh,
Give it permanent.
I mean, I don't want to read these books back to back. I feel like this is.
Who says these are separate books?
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
but
right.
This is downtime.
Yeah. In Call of Cthulhu, that could be one book. Like
That
2d8
is one
Call
book.
of
could
Cthulhu,
be
that
one
could
book.
be one verse.
Yeah,
That's true. Is that if it's one book, I'll roll. Well,
yeah. I mean,
Everyone, roll intelligence.
hey guys, I think I'm gonna pass this. Oh yes! Curse myself. No, it's all good. It's fine.
You still lose the sanity points, but
Wait,
you just
it's
think
okay.
it's an. You still think it's a. That was for the first book called Nameless Cults.
Nameless Colts.
that,
Okay.
that was for the first book. How many books are there?
Nameless Colts. Don't mind me. Okay.
Oh no! If you check your inventory, I've actually put the books in there already.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
This is why Jack doesn't do this type of thing.
And you have 6 percentiles in Cthulhu Mythos.
I have what?
You've got 6 points.
6%.
Cthulhu Mythos goes up by 6.
Oh, dang.
Which means
Max
your
sanity
max
goes down by
sanity goes
6.
down by 6.
That's okay. I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
So
I got
far.
plenty. I got
All right,
plenty.
the next one doesn't have anything. The next one is Emerald Tablet, which is nothing important.
Yeah, I
So
see
you
that.
add your you increase your percentile by 1 for that one,
Okay. And so then
and
it
no
goes
sanity
down.
loss. Yep.
No, it's a cult. So the cult, it doesn't go down then, does it?
No.
Yeah, a cult. Yeah, sanity doesn't go down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so that's good. Okay.
Okay. Oh. I'm actually using your page at the moment. Let me know when you're ready for me to go to that third book.
I'm ready.
There's
All right. Sorry, I have to go to your character sheet for a second. Possessions.
I'm
All right,
watching
cool.
my character sheet like
Yeah.
flip back and forth.
Confessions of the Mad Monk Thysanus.
Clithanus? Yeah. I know Latin. Thank God.
Is the dilettante going to be from England or from America?
He is going to be from Westchester, New York.
Okay, I was just thinking the Hellfire Club was in England around that time.
Ooh.
And
I
the reason-
did actually just put member of some kind of secret society, Freemasons or something similar, as Emmett's ideology.
Okay.
All right.
This-
The reason you got this one is because you said protection, and I said, oh, of signals of protection and a spawn of Cthulhu.
Okay.
So roll me 2d6, please.
Okay. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be
30.
good.
Let's get
6,
30.
6, 6, 6. Oh,
2.
2.
Okay. 3. Okay.
Lose,
Average.
Lose 5.
That's not
And
bad.
gain
That's still
6
an intelligence
percentile.
check.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
do an intelligence check.
Yep.
6, 5. One second. We're doing a lot of numbers.
Yep.
Oh, I knew this one.
Yep.
I knew what I was getting into.
So still lose the 5.
Yeah.
And you get 6 percentile of Cthulhu Mythos.
It's worth it.
And I will give you a spell or 2 from that.
Which means your Cthulhu Mythos is now 12?
Yeah. I'm at 12 Cthulhu Myth. Which is fine, because now I'm down, what is it? I'm at like 80...
7 max sanity.
Yeah. Yep. Which is, I mean, still better than all of y'all. For the
Are you
most
sure?
part.
Well, no. Here's the whole thing. That's not your current sanity. Your current sanity can be higher if your max sanity falls. It means that in future recovery, you can't get above 87.
Yeah.
Like, Sidney can still get up to 99 if she goes to therapy and if we don't lose too much sanity versus gaining it doing things.
Which is never going to happen.
I know.
Yeah,
it's like I don't mind taking a little sand damage. Sometimes it's worth it. You gotta big money, no whammies.
And if you think that you're higher than everybody else, just remember, Jack is so dumb that he doesn't realize that this is supernatural, so he just brushes everything off.
12.
Jack's got 94 sanity.
Would you have... I did drag a spell over to Aveline's character sheet.
Oh, I see it. Yep.
Would you have taught that to Sidney?
Let me check.
Pass on the insanity. Yes, do it.
Because
Oh.
technically you already have experienced this one.
We have. I'd be like, darling, I would love to have tea time with you one day and talk to you about that nifty little knife that I saw. Because I've seen the knife, right? Like, it glows.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to talk with you about your knife.
Oh. So, does that... Of course, I'm always down to have tea with you whenever I have time, darling, but out of curiosity, is this more on the business side of things, or more on the... Should I clear my afternoon? Is more my question.
Do you want to learn something new?
Always.
An afternoon, I think, should suffice.
Alright, so Sidney, if you look at your spells, you now have Elder Sign.
Nice.
Yeah.
There was I just got reminded of a British TV show, which I cannot remember the name of, but they had like it was set around this period, well, a little bit before, but like they've got the occult as a normal thing, and you got all these occultists, but none of them actually can cast spells. Like all like the British Magic Society type thing, and they're all like, oh, we can do this, and this and this and this, but none of them can actually cast spells until someone actually turns up able to do stuff, able to cast spells, and it just pisses them all off because they've got this little, like, their society, their official society of magic, but then none of them can actually do something until someone does. It just reminds me of like this group of how like you're seeking casting spells, which is, in this circumstance, not good.
I'm sorry. Luckily, this isn't. Peel back the curtain. This is not the worst thing you could get. The spell that we just got is probably one of the more beneficial, and I would say less grotesque or gruesome.
It would be very difficult to make this one actually that terrible with it, like reading through it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is one of the, I think we got like one of the more tame spells, which is great. Love that, because this is baby's first magic, and I'm here for it.
So it was a series called Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norwell, set in the Napoleonic Wars, yeah, about like magic in England. They use magic to help England defeat the Napoleon. But also at the same time, it ruins society and blah blah blah. Because of course it does.
Fair enough.
Quite a good retrieve.
Whenabouts would Sidney learn this spell?
Well, to read the book that came from would
Took a long
take
time.
about 30 weeks. So I'd say about a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
No,
That
yeah,
is-
reading books of Cthulhu takes ages to do a full read.
Yeah, it does.
And
The
if it was
words
Jack, it would
kind
take
of
even
like-
longer.
It's because I'm translating it all from Latin, so like I'm having to like get out the dictionary and then like
And like
compare,
as you're like
I don't know.
looking at like the text, it's like
Yeah.
it's like shifting and like
Yeah.
morphing and like you have to reread it like 3 or 4 times.
Actually, I'll also
That's just
give you-
normal.
Yeah, the way
True.
your text doesn't
That's
do
just
that.
dyslexia, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, does that not happen for you?
I was like, I don't read anymore. I just do audiobooks right now.
Yeah, it's correct answers.
I wish I could
yep,
do audiobooks.
I'll also
I have to sit and listen. Just focus.
give you
Oh.
that one.
I couldn't be bothered
Yeah,
reading one of the one of the Douglas Adams Hitchhiker's Guides when I was younger. I just audiobooked it.
Ooh.
It's something good. Is it worth the loss of sanity?
Yes. Always.
These are very good. These are very, very, very good.
And I'm gonna be evil.
Oh no.
Yes, be evil, please.
Yeah, give me one bad.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not my character. Be evil.
If it's Jack's character, only be evil.
Oh,
Oh.
he's lovable.
Okay, so you got another spell at the end there.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, now would have Sidney done any extra research?
Probably not directly, if only because, like, again, this one spell took her a year, basically, to learn, and she's trying to build a mafia empire. So she's
Oh, it doesn't
gonna
take
be
you to
more-
learn. It takes you to read the book.
I
once
read.
you know-
I
once-
taught you the book.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
Kat read the book and gave you the Cliff Notes version of it, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. More, but even what I mean is that she'd be more inclined, like right now her focus is build up the empire and gather experts. Or
Okay, so
like accumulate the knowledge more than. So like if there's more tomes you can see her logically getting via building an empire, she would definitely have those, but she hasn't read them. It's like, you know, she's contacting Jackson and being like, hey, this is what I found. She's mentioning to Aveline, like, oh, if you're interested, here's something new that I found. Like,
Yeah.
Share
know,
the
she has-
insanity.
pardon?
Sharing the insanity.
Less about that, but yeah, that's basically the unfortunate end result. It's more the idea of, like, she has an occult expert. That's what Lois's job is. Partly, is build bombs and read the occult.
wrong one. Sorry, give me a sec.
Karsh, you keep giving me this look like somehow this is more crazy than the character who was going to be a Robin Hood until she spent 2 weeks or like a month with Jack Hunt. And now she's becoming a mafia don in New York.
Don't blame me. That's your character
Oh.
decisions.
I just had some terrible thoughts about the spell the last spell you gave
Yeah.
me. And I just want to let you know, Aveline now definitely is wearing her gloves 24/7. Woof.
Yep.
Yep. But
Okay.
But
So Sidney, you've got another spell in there related to what you asked for earlier. But I'm gonna see what that one gives me.
see, now I feel left out. I want a punt gun.
I
messed
knew
up.
you'd want it. I told you
messed
you
up?
should have spent some of your money on it.
I thought being respectable member of like the Geographic Society. I thought like the Explorer Society, but that actually is just a little bit out of date. As like it's a little bit newer. Like the Royal Geographic Society is before that. I thought that might be like being respectable and being funnier. That like he's actually a member of that because he spent all the money on getting into that. I thought that would be the funnier joke.
How nasty are you as a mob boss, Eon?
She knows how to hide the bodies.
How nasty would you be?
The nastiest.
How nasty.
You know what? I'm going to ask you this instead, Keeper, for it. Because, no, this is for me, personally, on this. Long-term being nasty doesn't work for it. It doesn't make it as successful. I'm meaning, like, she would be as fair as she could be. Like, when I'm talking about informant, she's taking people out of brothels to make sure that she has a lot of loyal people to her. So if you're part of her group,
how would you deal with would you be more psychological in dealing with people who displeased you or done something they shouldn't have? Or would you be more hands-on? Would you cause them psychological damage or more physical damage? That's what I meant by nasty.
honestly, psychological.
Okay, thank you.
But yeah, Sidney is basically building up an empire out of outcasts and people who are looking for a better situation that's not offered to them in life. So she's both wanting loyalty as well as, well...
Okay, you just got 2 new things.
I feel like I should have just started a cult in that 5 years.
Ooh.
You can share the class if you want. I'm just saying, would you like to keep this secret until you need them?
Sidney has become Fagin.
Fagin?
Oliver Twist, the leader of the gang who collected children to run a little criminal empire.
Okay. So I'm not that educated myself. I'm not just playing a character.
I need to actually give you something to actually give you reasons to actually have that.
I have a quick question on the first one.
Yep.
Because both of these are, like, potentially really nasty to do.
Yes.
What is the range on casting the first spell? Like, does that person have to be nearby, or is that like?
It doesn't sound like there's any range on it.
Oh, sorry. The spell can take effect at any range as long as the target is known to the caster.
Oh god, Jack's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, since you did specify this one directly, I'll give Kat this one as well.
Oh man!
Oh, you're swapping spells. Oh god!
Oh my god! Do you want to see my grimoire? I can show you your grimoire. Teen grimoire time. I think that sounds.
Here's the thing: would
having a
Aveline be the
grimoire
one
book
teaching
now.
her this, or would Lois be the one teaching her the nasty spells?
No, nasty spells have been implanted from someone else.
The nasty spell.
Implanted doesn't sound fun.
Oh,
There's a reason
Hypnos
why
is friendly.
it was Hypnos as well, by the way.
Yeah.
That's why I also have a nasty spell, which is my hands probably don't look the same.
You're clawed and haggard.
Yeah, like a witch.
So
Spooky season.
I'm just gonna look up the rules for casting magic really quickly.
Yeah,
It's bad. All bad.
it's all bad.
Maybe I can
No,
do
I
it.
meant how I do it.
I'm giving you the tools, but if you choose it, it's up to you. Also, where is...
How are you going, Eguy?
I'm good. I'm just, feeling a little left out, but I am
That's
actually
fine.
totally going to experience
That's
all
why
of
I'm
these
asking.
spells at
Yeah.
some point.
I-
And my character, I'm just getting ready for my character to respond to whatever happens to him based on these spells.
No, you won't be spelled. That's rude.
No. When I witness you casting the
Oh,
spell.
yes.
Yeah, the insanity, yes.
There ain't the
alright,
love there.
All right.
Yes, the insanity there. I say, I'm
So-
now thinking I should have just made a cult in that 5 years, just like to be on the grounds of these people, because everyone's doing
I
these.
mean, look at what Alejandro did. Alejandro did nothing like this. Alejandro's basically just
No,
built up a shipping company.
Alejandro really worked on his thing.
Yeah.
All right. Could I get you to? Oh, okay. Which cults of Western Europe? You no sound loss. Raise your occult by 1%.
Nice.
You got another book because you
got-
specifically
hey.
asked. You specifically
did.
asked for books about this about Salem. I went. I read something about this.
I did say that I was
well,
going to
everyone was
Salem.
in break. I was quickly doing a quick search about the Call of Cthulhu tomes in the book.
And this is where one of them
that's
is,
that one.
Salem.
Yes. All right.
Um,
So that one, Phoenix. You okay with everything? You don't need anything new.
I sent you a
Actually-
DM
Oh, okay.
on
Oh.
Discord. Yeah.
And my occult goes up one more.
To what, 13 now?
I'm at 16 occult. Let me tell you, I may have gotten my doctorate in biochemistry, but I minored in a little bit of witchcraft.
Extraterrestrial,
Yeah.
See,
paranormal?
Yeah.
I was thinking, you did want to become a doctor, but it's
I
more
did.
like plague doctor.
I mean,
Good call.
Yeah.
very
So-
close to being very right.
Yep. Oh,
You were talking about those hands.
maybe.
Very close to being
Just
very
don't
right.
get slapped, I think.
What's
Okay.
funny is that her hands probably don't look any different. She just sees them as different. That's the Cthulhu in it.
That's
Mhm.
That's the
actually
insanity.
write that in your I'll
I
get you to
will.
write that down.
I will. I'll write it for you. Don't worry.
Thank
It
you.
was said in chat, so now it's real.
No,
I know, right?
one of the spells that she's gotten, which she hasn't told anyone else about yet, it's evil.
It's not great.
So that. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else folky that I can do for Phoenix, and also, Karsh, would you have done any more research about the cults or any more extra reading?
No, but I was with expeditions, and that's where I was going to learn, pick up some archaeology, possibly.
Okay, yep. All right.
That was the only thing I was.
Okay, now we will go into.
Or picking up an artifact as payment, or I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't
we'll
mind.
do an artifact for you, I think.
Is
Because
it a
I'm
punt
being
gun?
nice. No, how can a punt gun be an artifact?
I mean,
It's an
you
occult
did give us a
gun.
price for the punt gun. Would it be reasonable that Karsh
No.
could have picked up that Jack could have picked up a punt gun?
The
Actually,
whole
no.
the whole thing is
How about
Jack
this?
has not improved his life standard with everything going on. He's in exactly the same state as what you first met him with. All
How
that
about
money
Jack picks
is
up
gone.
a punt gun, but it's lost in the divorce.
That's even better.
How nice has Jack been to Sydney the last several years?
Oh, Jack just disappeared off the map.
Okay,
Like
so Sydney's not sending him a Christmas gift.
Sydney might know a few things. Like if Sydney does have any ties with the Royal what's it called?
Royal Archaeological Society.
Royal Geographical Society, I think. The Archaeological Society, I think, came later. It's one of the two. I don't know. It'll be, you'll probably have more information than me, but yeah, if you have ties with those, you might have how the fuck how did he get into that? That might have been a spark of interest, but and you may have heard his name because you do have ties with expeditions and other things going on in your previous life, because now apparently you're doing a different focus. But otherwise, like, he's just doing his own thing. Unless you're paying attention to these things that may like pop up in your circles, he just goes back to doing his own thing.
I was more checking because Sidney... Oh, by the way, just quick question for MLP. Yep. Did Jack ever get back his bayonet?
I don't know.
I would say late, because actually no. Did you go back to Lima at any point? Actually, would have because of the
It would have,
because that's how he had to get out of Egypt.
Away, yeah.
So yeah, no, you would have got your bayonet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sidney would have potentially... That's what I was saying, is that if Jack had been nice or at all friendly, then he might have gotten a Christmas gift, eventually being a punt gun just showing up on his front door.
Where... Actually, yeah, Jake gets the... Jake... Jack, sorry. I don't think Jack, I think Jackson, but it's Jack. Jack gets the punt gun, but loses in the divorce. And is taken to Australia.
So now, if we ever do go to Australia, we know what Jack's gonna want.
A boomerang.
They don't come back.
A didgeridoo.
Yeah.
Sorry. Where would you
camel.
have...
And you think I'm joking? See?
No, I just had an idea for something to give you.
Australia exports camels to the Middle East.
It doesn't surprise me.
That is such an odd export for Australia, but okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Australian
Where would
history,
you...
Australian history, we brought in, they were referred to Afghans at the time, to Australia to help with the expeditions, which brought in camels, etc. And the expeditions, they didn't always survive, and therefore the camels were either eaten or the people died and the camels escaped. So we've got more camels in Australia than the Middle East do.
That is fun.
Running wild.
Again, big desert.
Okay, well that's...
And they
that.
do
I'm
more
going
damage
to
than the horses.
I'm going to retrofit that. The expeditions that Jack would have been on, where would they have taken him?
I was thinking Egypt, because that's his mindset of, like, that's where the things are. And that's where the British really are. They're doing expeditions to Egypt. They're doing hunting things in Africa, like that type of. That was the type of thing I was thinking of. Really wasn't thinking of doing. Like, he just follows where the work is.
Yeah.
And he's being ex-military and he's hiring ex-military. If it's not like an actual archaeology expedition, he'd do hunting trips on the off seasons or whatever. To supplement income, and because that's his base, and that's kind of like the people that he'll like have around him were all ex-soldiers, not just from Britain but from France, from Germany.
So you and Alejandro would have kept running into each other periodically then?
Probably on the other sides, because you're the. But would you be doing like African expeditions or more local to where?
He does safaris.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, you're more like the scout. He'd be like just the because you like. Jack doesn't know how to find his way out of places. He almost got lost in the pyramid.
And that was just like two lefts and a right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, at least you found your way to Egypt.
No, I thought this was Peru. It's the deserts of the Peru, isn't it?
This could be the reason why your company is failing. You insist on doing all the logistics yourself.
I don't think there's a maybe there.
I have updated something special for you, my dear keeper, under her injuries and scars.
Okay. All right, I shall look at that in a few moments.
Ooh, injuries and
Oh
scars.
yeah, take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
I forgot we have those.
Has anyone been
I'm just looking-
traumatized?
Oh yeah, I'm just looking
yeah.
through the items in inventory, and there's a Toyota Prius in there.
A full Toyota Prius. Hell
A
yeah.
full Toyota Prius is in the inventory on Roll20.
As it should.
Love it. Cthulhu Modern.
Cthulhu Prius. Toyota Cthulhu.
Powered by Cthulhu.
Okay, well that's that. That's that. So I'm just trying to think. Am I going to be nice to Jack, or am I going to be evil to Jack?
You gotta roll for it.
Evil.
Oh, be nice to everybody.
Let fate decide.
Let fate decide. Roll me a D100.
Going high or low? I don't care. Just I'll
You-
just. No, don't tell me. I'll just
you-
roll. Just don't. No. No, you can't tell me.
All right.
Yep. So I rolled. There.
Okay. All right. So I'll need to do that later. So I'm just going to write that as a note for myself.
Oh, I forgot I had the Conquistador sword still.
But does
I've
it
still
glow?
got what's his name?
De Mendoza.
Yeah.
Menderosa's sword, or yeah,
No, Menterosa's sword.
No, De Mendoza,
Not
yes.
De Mendoza.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
so
Souvenir.
now we'll go to Eguys' character. So tell us about a little bit about your guy. Give me some story hooks.
Story hooks. All right.
Give me ways to fuck your character over.
Actually.
Well, actually, he's just a very slight and slim guy, so any kind of melee would, he might not do too well in. So first of all, he is. Wait, do you want to hear about the backstory? Should I tell about that?
No, you can tell the backstory if you want other characters to find out. I just want to know how.
It's going to be hard not to tell the backstory to give story hooks.
Yeah, exactly. Because like the main one is the thing that I messaged you about.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to quick look then. Damn it.
Yeah.
I was trying to bring you in so you can actually talk.
Yeah.
No, it's all cool. It's all cool. I hope you guys don't mind. I've been just like drawing.
Oh.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drawing my
Oh,
barbarian.
yeah. No, that's right. Treasured possessions. That's what you asked for.
Yeah, the treasure possessions, and then I just rolled one, and it's it's something that I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you, and it would definitely drive him, and it's also connected to another part of his
Alright.
backstory.
Yeah, just having a look. All right, that gives me something to work with.
Uh-huh.
Would you want the item to be something? You want something physical? Do you want it to be like an item you have no idea what it is, or a book, or?
It's not necessarily like a book or anything like that. It doesn't have to have any I guess like mechanical benefit. It is just like a treasured possession that I'll like know as much as what it is. I'll like know what it looks like. I'll be able to describe it.
I'm just saying, like, do you want it to be large or small? Something small.
Something.
Maybe small.
Okay.
You have
Right,
a
so
cat
we
as your treasured possession? The small cat?
Very hopefully a live cat. Very, very hopefully a live cat.
No, it's a stuffed cat, like a
Taxidermy. This is Call of Cthulhu. That is the.
It's on brand.
Okay, so. All right. Oh, I had a dice roll. Counters with strange entities. Alejandro? Phoenix? Was that supposed to go to public?
It wasn't. It doesn't matter. I was trying to edit it and add in Father of Maggots.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm
I'll
looking.
just turn it off so the screen, like the viewers can't look. Although they can always just turn the video back and.
Yeah.
Considering there's nothing in that box, it really didn't matter if they saw it or not.
Okay.
Just trying to update the sheet fully.
Oh,
Mhm.
press edit mode, and then you can then type into it.
I'll say,
I feel
to talk about my character a little bit more, to give more context, he is, a writer. He dabbles. He's been in school for forever because his family can afford it. So he just does that. Picked up writing. May have met Jackson Elieies at some point and gotten interested in his writing projects. Otherwise. He is definitely someone who is not, not always straight narrow. So I thought it'd be kind of funny if maybe he took a job, running, contraband for the mob or something like that.
Not doing expeditions to Egypt.
It's just a ways, keeping pocket change. His allowance from his family is just only that much. He might want to get some spending money, and it's good to have connections. With people who find rules are, as bendable as he does. So,
And it's research for your next book. At least that's what you tell the police if they ask.
mm-hmm. I'm just researching, for my next book. So. These are some ways to tie the character in, to pull them in, if at all possible.
You would have probably met Jackson Elieies at a book signing.
Uh-huh.
I would say the book signing for the book that they just did the prologue on.
The Pyramids of Egypt.
Uh-huh.
Does that make
Leon,
anybody else sigh every time they hear it?
What?
The Pyramids of Egypt that we just went to, like from
The
Karsh?
Pyramids of Peru. There's always an audible sigh.
Disappointment.
That's okay.
There is one item I could give you, but if you use it incorrectly, the character is pretty much taken over by me for a year.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
No.
Oh, and Neon, if you think Jack's bad, you should see Chuck in the City of Mist campaign. He's dumber.
Yes,
It's
that's
not
possible.
a competition, really.
I'm just here to have fun. That's all.
Yeah, my sanity loss. All right. So, if anyone else has anything else to talk about today, or you're all good?
I think so. I'm good.
All the level ups are done. All the bits and pieces are done. We don't get anything else from our 5 years of.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Now, if you want to justify any new skills, please do so now.
Archaeology.
Okay. Yep, you were working at site, so I will allow it. So, yep.
I feel like I've gained too many new skills, some of which have been detrimental to me. I think I'm good. I'm gonna call a hard pass on this one.
Hard
No
pass.
more, please, Keeper.
Yeah, no more for me, please. I'm full up, Keeper. Full up.
I'm full up. All right, so you would
Credit
have.
rating
Yep.
You're tired of reading.
for me.
Okay, so Alejandro, this is for Alejandro. How much would you have split the entire proceeds with everybody that was there who found it?
Yeah, everyone would have gotten a
Equal share?
fair share of
Aw.
what
Equal.
was there.
Okay.
So while you're thinking that, I just got asked, what do the donation dice do? So in this campaign, things are very different from other games. While MLP is thinking about what to punish or not punish. So the donation dice, essentially in Call of Cthulhu, the game doesn't really run on hit points or things like that. It runs on sanity and luck. essentially resources. So a donation, or like a single donation, or $1 or redemption from the chat points, gives a player a d6 luck, which they get to roll live on screen. If there's a sub, then that like everybody gets to choose between d6 luck or d6 sanity. If there's a gift sub, we get to choose between d6 luck, d6 sanity, or a tick mark for level up. But it takes a while before we go between sessions to actually level up. So this is our first level up session, and we're X amount of episodes in. We've just finished the prelude, so we don't get a lot of these level ups throughout the campaign. But at the same time, they're really important. So you've got to survive to make it, and surviving is sanity loss is a massive thing. And whenever you like, luck is a whole thing where if you miss a skill, you can spend that luck to try to make up that skill or improve the amount of success on that skill on like a one-to-one basis. That's kind of what it's how the system kind of works. And that's how our redemptions work, if that makes sense. So yeah.
Okay, so I would say that a third of what was in the bundle.
Yep.
Actually, no, say a fourth.
And Poulter just did a redemption. To who, Poulter?
Who do you want to do that to? All right, so 50.
Who deserves your pity most, Poulter?
Sydney, it still looks pretty rough.
Oh.
To Aveline. Nursey.
Oh, thank you. I do deserve pity. Thank you.
Considering once they ever use that thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you saw. Did you see what I wrote?
In where?
In her scars. On her.
Oh, I haven't gotten that part yet.
person.
I'm working with other characters.
Oh yeah, no, you're good.
All
you're
right,
good.
so
I'm gonna take this as a sanity though. Thank you.
No, this is luck only. This is a redemption.
Hey,
So luck
I'll take
only.
all the luck.
Yeah.
All the luck. I need
all right,
it.
so total is 150,000 gold USD.
Nice.
So you get 5 luck points.
Thank you.
Just split that by 6.
Money's hard.
Is it by 6 or by 5?
Well, Tatiana's there still.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So you would have got 25,000 USD each.
Woo.
Oh yeah, that's all blown. That was the big bribe to get into the society.
Sorry, I'm just trying to do the math because I remember being told, yeah, there's $2 million in US dollars there, and it's like
That was at
Inflated.
current price. Remember, it's
Yeah.
inflation.
No. I understand that. My head went $2 million in Call of Cthulhu's. Oof, we're all rich.
Yeah, it paid off for you.
Oh, it did.
Now I have to look and see how much my student education costs and deduct.
It could have been bribes just to get in.
That is true. Oh,
Ooh,
And some of the books that you're collecting
yeah.
for your library, they won't be cheap either.
No, yeah.
Because the
that's
other
fine.
cults will be pulling their monies to try to hunt down for those same amount of cults. Like same amount of books and tomes and novels.
You would have got three in Australian in current USD. The 25,000 will come to 382,000. That's how much you would have earned. So that was a very decent amount of seed money.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, yeah, credit rating doesn't change. Sydney's put it into starting the new crime empire, basically, unless the crime empire somehow increases her credit rating.
I would
Alejandro,
say
this goes into what I was going to push for Alejandro's skill he learned would be
Yep.
accounting, because all of it went into his business.
Okay.
So accounting is the one that makes the most sense to me.
Yep. All right. If you want to roll me an improvement check for that.
Okay, I didn't roll mine archaeology, but I didn't know that was the thing, so a failure. Awesome.
You're learning a skill, so
Would I be able to have Sydney learn intimidation?
as mod bod,
What?
as mod as a mob boss, yes, you can do intimidation.
Can I spend my sanity or whatever to get rid of that hard success on my new archaeology?
We've been letting it go before, so yes, you may.
Oh my god, I can't believe I passed that. I'm dropping my sanity because I don't think it should be that high. It shouldn't be that high.
This looks too good. Donks my own points.
Well, yeah, but that's... I've got 6. I shouldn't be passing that.
Hey, MLP?
Yes?
I know that that large chunk of money went to Jackson's coffers. How much asset should I start out as like a 55 credit dilettante?
55 credit rating would give you 50. Multiply that by 10. Where are we? We're in the old one. Multiply that by 500.
Oh, okay. That's a lot. Actually.
Oh, actually, one thing I did just realize, because I was reading the wrong one. You said we got 25,000 in assets?
Yes.
Technically, that would bump both me and Phoenix up into the next asset category, so we would roll an improvement for credit rating if it happened like that.
Okay, go for it.
I also get bumped up. Give me a second.
So, for anybody who's not done this before, because I had to help my last group with it, basically what happens is that you look at what the next bracket would be, and you just roll d10s until it gets you into that next bracket, basically. Okay. And that determines your new credit rating score.
So let me roll. Let me get some brackets.
What's the next bracket for us then, Eon?
90.
I think that's going a little too far.
It is. That's why I was like, just do like 1 or 2 improvements was my guess.
Do 2 improvements.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 10s. Cool.
Because I was going like, I was reading that and I'm like, there's no way we go from like
from 50
decently
to 90
wealthy to we own Walmart.
Yeah.
From 1 mile of gold.
I am the Waldens.
Well, you own a rail. You don't just own a rail like a train. You own the track across America.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a nice one.
That's the type of 80%. Yeah.
I would say that Karsh, you invested all your character stuff in swamplands in Florida.
Oh no! I scrapped that version of the event.
Okay, so you got married and
everything's gone.
Okay.
I wasn't improving. That was the whole thing. I didn't want to improve. The things have been invested. The business has some of the funds. Like the farm cost a bit. Just getting into like the bribes to be like I'm a legitimate like uppity person. Like that costs a lot. Like that costs probably most of it because you have to do the donations to get in with those like uppity lords and nobles and blah blah blah. So I wasn't planning on improving my credit rating at all.
I'm happy with everything that's happened with me. I gave you things to play with MLP with.
I will play with them. I will play with them quite a lot.
You'll have fun with that. So
yes, I will.
think Alejandro is got everything. He now has a 67 credit rating, so he's doing pretty well for himself.
Mm-hmm. Sidney's at 59 now.
I'm at 43. Like I'm looking, my tea shop's looking dope because they're cooking the books.
I'm still on 10.
They're cooking the tea and they're cooking the books.
Cook the tea, cook the books.
I'm gonna keep with my 10.
Oh, but I'll give you $10 whole.
I know what
which
you
is
do
more
is...
which is more spending money than I get.
Yeah.
Way more.
I think you get $1 a day, don't you?
Oh wait, no. I started with 500 assets. I think I've got $10 spending.
Oh no, you do. Sorry, you're at credit rate. You are just above poor.
Yeah.
You are the bare threshold to not be poor.
Yeah. So
ideal.
I would say like the money ended up in all those things, but like the money in the business, because Jack's not smart enough to open up a business properly, like the business owns it and it's not him, and he can't then just like get the money from that. So yeah, I will stay where I am. I can't see Jack being wealthy, but I like the idea of him bribing enough people to be in a wealthy position, like in a wealthy society thing, but he really isn't. But
I thought
bribed
he
his way
lost
in.
everything in the divorce.
No, she got the farm, but he bribed his
But
way
he
into
sunk
the...
everything else into business, and he can't get the money out of it.
Yeah. But no, he sunk pretty much all the money into like getting like into the geographical society or archaeological society, like the uppity people, where the lords are and whatnot. So he's a member of that, but he spent all the money to become a member of that, or at least a lot of it. I mean, if I roll 2d10 now, that'll probably instantly,
Ooh.
even with a 12, that'll put me up to another bracket.
That won't put you up to another bracket. The next bracket's 50.
Is it? Is that no? It just doesn't
Yeah.
feel right.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
next
do it
bracket
anyway.
is 50.
That's why I'm also below. I'm not poor,
Because-
but like I'm not quite at the rich people bracket of 50.
It's 0, 1 to 9, 10 to 49, 50 to 89, 90 to 98, and 99.
And then 99 is just...
There is
Well,
way
99 is
too much-
Bezos.
Bezos.
Before I forget, did
There's
anyone
way too much drift in that chart,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
But
did anyone up their skills over 50 using the points?
Mine went up. My psychology went up.
Okay,
250.
so
Let me
okay,
check.
at 50 you can do the extra 10 points if you want.
Doesn't go to anywhere with psychology. Oh wait, psychology
Well,
maybe
psychoanalysis would be the main related.
Yeah.
Okay, so I put that up
really? Okay.
to
Wait.
11.
That will be
no,
good to
it's
know.
already at
Yes,
50.
And no one
Yay.
went above 90 on that skill?
Well, my anthropology got bumped up above 50, but I don't know. Like, everything I have related is above 50 is my appraise and archaeology, so...
No, that wouldn't No,
Well,
you can't
Yeah, so
rate
I don't think there's
skills.
anything else anthro
Of
relates
50.
to unless you wanted to say something like accounting or something like that, but...
Yeah,
Or
I-
psychology.
80 is my highest for rifle. That's
Yeah,
what went
because-
up today.
God, that's bad.
Everything
Oh,
else was already above 50 or didn't quite hit. Like Natural World got to 48.
Yeah, that's why I got a couple that are close, but nothing that peaked over.
I thought my handgun was good, but that's
Maybe you could justify it to medical for anthropology,
Mm-hmm.
a biological and bicultural evolution of humans.
You've seen Aveline treat your wounds often enough that you
Could
got
I...
a general
Could I
idea of how to
argue
apply a
first
band-aid.
aid as being more of the thing for it? If we were going to go to, like, the medicine route? Or not really?
Not really.
Okay. I'll put 10 into medicine. I mean, I'll take the free points.
Yeah.
She's not going to be able to do much with it, but I have 11 medicine. I can maybe stabilize
Well,
you.
you know where to hit someone to make it really hurt.
Yes. But yeah,
Yeah.
somehow.
This is a different show than normal.
Mhm.
Again, this is a level up show. Just talking to chat.
Yeah,
So
very casual.
it's very casual, and I've got a lot of story hooks. I'm gonna have so much fun with these characters.
Yeah, we gave our keeper more ammunition somehow. We didn't
Yeah.
think we could, but we did.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I knew I was giving the keeper more ammunition, didn't you?
I totally did.
A
Yeah.
little bit, but I didn't think it was gonna. Like I got some phobias going on now.
Yeah.
But then again,
I
you
really
also
want-
have magic.
Oh, Magic Man,
I was nice.
That
I
those
didn't
magic
use my
fingers?
spells on Karsh
your magic
or on
something.
Jack.
Trust me, the bad one that Cat got. Oh.
It's bad. It's rough. Used in dire circumstances.
Oh, mine's not used in dire circumstances. Mine's used for giggles.
That's probably
Mine
worse.
is cruel.
No. I think the one I gave Cat's even worse.
Oh, Catgate probably got a worse one. I'm just saying, cats is an emergencies.
No, I think like using it for shits and giggles is worse. Like it may not be as bad of a thing, but the use of it might be.
Aveline,
oh, absolutely.
Aveline practiced it once on a cadaver, and that was enough.
Yes, there is a spell for that, Eon. And yep, I'll once your character's ready, just remind me that I'll give him that spell.
Yeah, I did actually find the other one I was thinking of. For afterwards, if we can talk about it after show,
sure, that's fine.
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
Oh no, because I got like messages from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hey, can we do this? Can we do this? And I want to say half the stuff,
And
but I know I shouldn't because it's nice story hooks later.
And I'm the only one that hasn't, that seems.
Apparently not. Then again, I've given you a punt gun. It's in Australia.
I didn't want it. Really. Like Jack's a very simple person. That was
You've
the whole
punted
idea.
your punt gun.
And the kids back in Australia.
Bless
I need
these
to.
kids.
Oh,
Kids,
we had.
though.
Oh, we had something.
The pupper.
Is one
We
of
just
them named
subscribed, I believe, to YouTube because that's not the right subscription thing. We just got a subscription to YouTube. Thank you for the subscription to YouTube.
Don't forget
Gutschman.
to like, comment, and subscribe.
Like they're not watching us. That was just someone on YouTube to subscribe to us.
Hey, we love
Thank
a
you.
random. Yeah.
It happens
We'll
all
take
the time. It feels weird because, and the only reason why I know is because that's our normal alert.
No, it
I-
wasn't. That's why I was like, why is there a dog barking?
I that would have been set up automatically years ago, and I have no idea how to change that.
Sounds
But-
right.
That's only because I only recently linked our YouTube channel to the Twitch, Oh yeah, weird. But yeah, I think everyone's kind of done. Is there anything else we can think of? Like, or level up's
Is there
done?
anything else you can
Time's
justify
done.
to me that you've done in the last 5 years that we're on to level up? Also, Eguy, would you have impressed Jackson Elieies enough to help him, to let him try to sponsor you as a writer? I remember we were talking about that
we
earlier.
were definitely working on a book together.
Okay, so
like,
you were working on a book
he's-
together.
Yeah, because Emmett is young enough, like about 10 to 15 years younger than Jackson.
Yep.
So he would be like kind of like a protege kind of situation. And, you know, the reason why Emmett likes Jackson is Jackson has like, you know, a lot of fun, colorful stories. And that
Would he
very
have-
good for the match.
Would he have talked about his Peru expedition? You reckon?
Oh, absolutely. At this point, like, because I'm sure that, like,
would he
yeah.
have told you the real story behind the Peru expedition, or the story he wrote in his books?
Okay.
Actually, no. He would have told you the book version. I would say.
Yeah, probably the book version.
The official story.
Wink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that the pyramid was actually in Egypt.
But I probably like have some hints in my suspicions that there's more to the story.
Oh yeah. All right.
And-
Well, I'm going to start sharing stuff with you.
Nice.
So Eon, I did that just to see the face, just to see reaction.
I just ignore it at this point. It's just in one ear, not the other.
Fun part of
'Cause-
ADHD. I can't do that. I've been trying for years. It makes sitting in the room. My family likes rom-coms and things like that have a lot of secondhand embarrassment, and they go, "Well, if you don't like it, just don't watch it." And I can't physically tune it out.
Fun thing about my autism is that I can tune people out to the extent that my role-playing group were together for like 20 years, and one of the people in that role-playing group is an ex-girlfriend of mine, and we didn't like. It was only like the last section, like the last few years that I had to go out and do like the food trip with that person, and it was kind of a thing like we hadn't noticed that in like 10 years of being in the same role-playing group, after being broken up, probably about 15 actually, that we don't talk to each other ever. Like we just don't, because I just put that out of my mind. And 10-person role-playing group, you can get away with that, but no one noticed, and we didn't notice. So it was a very quiet trip to get food that one night. And it's like, because we don't talk, so I can block people out sometimes, and a lot of things just got picked up.
Okay, you would have just gotten a whole bunch of handouts.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Bag's not reading.
No, you don't have to read them. You can read these at your own pace.
Oh, nice.
Is there an
Oh,
audio
I
book?
Nice.
A lot of information.
This is the information you get about the Carlisle expedition.
Yep.
That's so cool.
That's good. That's good.
A lot. All right, starts at 4.
Yeah, 4 to 11. This would be in all the information. Alejandro, would you? Oh, sorry, Phoenix. Would have Alejandro been passing information about the Carlisle expedition to the rest of the crew?
Anybody who would have expressed an interest in them, then yeah, he would have. So
Sidney's investigating the occult, and Jackson's investigating the Carlisles. So,
And Jackson specifically would be seeking funding from both Alejandro and Sidney.
Oh no, Jackson wouldn't need the funding.
Jackson does not need the funding. He's fine.
You know, more money is never a bad thing.
As a writer, yes, more money is good.
You know, I need
well, it's more to the
advance
point
on the
when
next
it's
book.
someone else's money. It's all good.
Jackson
And I would
has some
say-
wealthy friends who are interested in the occult. Maybe they're interested in splitting whatever he's, comes to find.
Well, probably more
But-
likely it's, hey, you guys have contacts. Hey, you have information. I'm looking about this. And it's more of like a shared interest than him having to come for money. It would be more like, hey, do you know anybody in this area?
But yes, Alejandro would have shared the information to anybody that was interested in the Carlisles.
Yeah.
Last thing the vampire said to Jackson, so Sidney's interested.
Yep.
Strangely, even though Jack has no interest, because of where they went, he would at least know of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's about Egypt and an expedition, not that.
Well, maybe he can just get, the one about Egypt, the handout about Egypt.
Well, no, like, if they're going to Egypt and whatnot, like, he would know about this because that's where he's spending most of that 5 years.
Yeah, no, this is the format. The format is newspaper clippings, and one of them is specifically from Cairo.
Yeah.
Well, Jack probably would have heard about the whole group of white people dying in the jungle. So,
Since he, kind of provides
That's big
security
news.
to white people going into the jungle.
Yeah, that's big news. So.
And even if it's not like, what I mean by he would hear about this, more of a second-hand stories rather than reading the newspapers from several years ago, because this is 1919. Where we're like 1925.
Yeah.
So this is post-date. So he'd hear stories from other people doing expeditions, because that's where he's spending most of his time in Egypt about. And they'll talk about, oh, this group did that, or this person, blah, blah. So I'd hear these stories instead of reading the specific newspapers, which, again, post-dated 5 years ago or 6 years ago.
So this would have been happening basically while we're doing the Peru trip.
Yep.
Yeah.
the exact time we were doing the Peru trip.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Nursey, for taking us to the one which made money and not the other one went to disaster.
It's my pleasure to help get you out of your den of inequity and crime.
What inequity and crime?
Into a bigger den of inequity.
Exactly. Into a newer.
I'm a
newer
respectable
line of
businessman
work.
now.
Exactly, into a newer work of respectable business people as I launder money for.
People no longer respectable.
Look! No, I'm gonna be honest. The nurse does nothing. The Aveline is just a doctor. Aveline just patches up people who come in and pay her. She's friends with a very well-respected archaeologist who's...
Yes. Aveline's like, this is all above board. This is fine. That definitely does not look very hard into anything that her friends do. Because she knows better.
Why do you think Sidney helps fund so many things for Aveline?
Exactly. She knows better. She's like, this is not a question I need answered. If you have people that need tending to, feel free to send them to the clinic.
So,
and they leave gifts.
Yeah, many gifts.
Well, Jackie's now going straight and narrow, and everyone's going illegal.
Crime.
It sounds. Well, at least some people are going crime. His background was that he was essentially an enforcer at the time, because he's big and he's intimidating. Yeah. And
we could have used some of that in Peru, you know.
He's okay. There's a reason. I'm not going to say it yet, but there's a reason.
Who?
Who? There's a reason why he doesn't do crime. Well, in front of certain people.
Yep.
Hey.
It's just one of those people took him to the Peru expedition, which meant he couldn't do crime.
It worked. We all lived.
You shot people instead.
Yep.
And then decapitated them.
Crime.
Only some of them.
Yes, crime.
All right. Well, I think
actually,
that's everything.
I don't think Sidney decapitated any people.
No, yeah, I think that was all Alejandro.
I actually
no. We didn't decapitate any people. We decapitated vampires. It was fine.
It's true. I decapitated.
They dissolved into dust anay.
Yep.
The head walked away from the open.
After sealing the father of maggots.
Yeah. It was fine.
It's fine.
Problem solved.
Problem solved.
No body, no crime.
But the clothing was still there.
Pardon?
Does the clothing was still there? Does Peru have op shops? There was a big giant pile of clothing given to some of the local op shops. Hey, found this at a dig site. Will you find this useful?
Sidney's thought is you need tinder and rags.
Yeah, they bring their own tinder and rags. Even better.
Yeah.
the British.
Karsh looks somewhat horrified as a person.
No, I'm just thinking the British did use mummies from big sites for locomotive fuel. So I mean,
yep,
it was pretty bad back then. Really bad back then.
All right. Well, I think if that's everything, we might wrap it up there.
Is there anything else from Eguy?
I think the only thing we have to do is probably offline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I need to work out what I'm going to give you, which is small, pocketable, and weird enough to actually be a nice story hook.
Mm-hmm. And I guess can I start with a revolver? I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool.
You have a revolver. You know what? You can even have two.
You're rich. You can literally buy one a day.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm not used to this.
This is my reloadable rifle. That's my reloadable revolver. He just throws it on the ground, picks up another one.
I've never had a credit rating above 40.
Yeah, it's always good to have other clips or more bullets instead of just throwing them away. Aveline.
No, the gun becomes a club.
It's true. That's what I was going to use the shotgun for when in the pyramids for stealth.
I mean, it's yeah.
But yeah, so I think this is about everything. I might have to, now we're moving to the next chapter, I might have to work on a backup character just in case. I do think we have those. We've got the sheets there for backups.
Yep, you've got at least a good. I
Cool.
think I gave you like 3 sheets each.
Did you?
Wow,
I
that's,
gave you a
that's
few.
really disturbing that we have 3 backup characters. The reason why
I'll
we have
check.
multiple backup characters is because we can die really quickly in the game like this. And resurrection is probably not a good thing. I'm hoping that's not what Nursey just got.
Nursey could get.
I could if I wanted it.
We could do resurrection, and we just wouldn't come back on, our side.
On our terms.
You can. You can come back on our side. It's how much of you's left is always the question.
That's the important question we should ask all the time.
I'm just checking to see what that will cost you.
A lot.
A lot.
Nothing
There is
but-
It depends.
Not all of you comes back. I will say I had a superhero game once where one of the characters was called Zomboy. His superpower was that he didn't die, but the problem is every time he took damage, like, that didn't heal either. So as the campaign was going to go on, you would see more and more injuries and badness on the.
Oh,
How much is resurrection?
You don't want.
You don't want to.
You don't want the spell. You really don't want that spell.
There's that's why the nurse is like, life and death is not something I need to be playing in.
It's like one of those spells where like, haha, it's like a trap for if you play D&D and you're like trying out Call of Cthulhu. No, don't.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. It's like you
1d20 sen.
Yep.
Ooh.
You can roll 1.
You could theoretically roll like 1 through 5, easy.
You've got 1 through 5, and you're not getting permanent.
Yeah.
But let's face it, you're gonna roll higher than that, and you're gonna
Yeah.
have a massive hit, and you're gonna get massive
Yeah.
permanent
'Cause
psychology
it-
issues.
It's the snowball thing where like you go temporarily insane, you come out of temporary insanity, you face anything that makes you lose more sanity, you go temporarily insane again, then you do something to your teammates to make them go insane, and then we have a TPK in like 3 rounds.
And then everyone's bringing out their next backup characters, which is why we have multiple backup characters. I
That's
probably
also the reason why we do cosplay in this series as well,
and not artwork.
because cosplay is cheap.
Cheaper.
Compared to artwork? Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to artwork, cosplay is cheap.
Problem is that I'm in lockdown, and I can't just go to a shop at the moment and get something secondhand, which is what my plan was. So what I've got is what I've got.
Yeah.
So Daddy Warbucks is pretty much the only backup I've got. I do have multiple hats and caps and stuff, so I was looking for a flight cap and scarf though. That looked really cool. Because I want to have an outfit at least that will work for winter, also for summer. Because it's about to get really hot in Australia, and cosplaying is really, really not good for that, from what I've noticed.
Yeah.
And I think Alejandro with the big scarf and the wrap as well, it's not been easy over there. Because I've noticed you're not doing that as much anymore.
He wears it for people who he doesn't trust.
That's it.
If he's in public or doesn't trust them, then he'll wear it. But when we were at the pyramid, no, he took it off because it does occlude his senses. So,
But it's also really, really hot.
from a personal perspective, yes, it's too freaking hot.
Yes. So I remember the first episode, you were like, oh, no, it's just too much, and you just dropped it. Yeah.
Like, there's a spell here called remortification.
Isn't that re-dying?
forces the appearance of the ghost of a deceased person.
Okay.
The spell must either be cast over the grave of the deceased or where the person died. The spirit reenacts the movements made just before its death.
That's pretty cool.
For an investigator.
For an investigator, that's a great spell.
Maybe for a crime scene sketch artist.
I was about to be, for all of us, we're technically all investigators, theoretically. Like, it's still
You know what?
Victims.
victims.
I may. What? Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm going to. I haven't got one for that one yet, so I'm just going to do it this way.
Oh.
You said you're an investigative journalist, correct, Eguy?
No, I'm a dilettante.
It's like, no, I don't want spells.
You're writing a book.
I'm writing a book on the occult, and I have 65 occults, and like, I am deeply interested in finding out more about the
You've got
scary thing.
got a spell.
Yeah, all right.
You're going to get a spell. I'm going to give you
All
this
right,
one because
chill.
it's going to be interesting.
All right.
Because it might actually lead to a couple of leads later on.
Ooh.
Okay.
Bet it'll cost you.
It's not going to cost you too much. Only 1d6 plus 1.
Oh, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing, says the person that rolled 2d8s. Go get them.
Average of 1d6 is 4, plus 1 make it 5, which is insanity.
Yeah. There's a chance that, it's kind of how spells work. It's like there's a chance of you going insane every time you cast.
Of course.
That's how magic works.
I might have looked for something else.
Mm-hmm.
Roll 20's being roll 20.
Yeah,
Take
but we
your
love you,
time.
roll 20.
Yeah.
We do love you.
Not a sponsor, but Spotlight, we do love you. Yay!
Hey. It's good, but like any program, it could always be better.
And let's face it,
Yeah.
we've got internet issues as well in Australia.
Despite what I say about it, it is my VTT of choice.
Yeah.
It's the VTT of choice around here, that's for sure.
Like, don't tell the other kids. Works a lot better than Fantasy Grounds, let me tell you.
Have you tried
I
Foundry? It's
said
very
it.
confusing.
I said it. I'll throw it out. Fantasy Grounds, come at me. Put me in the DMs. You guys need to make it more user friendly. And you're, ooh.
Operate heavy machinery. But
I didn't mean to hit heavy machinery. I did mean to hit the 1d10.
Okay.
I was trying to get my treasured possession for my backup character.
I was thinking that's like that's a workplace injury right there.
Yeah.
I really should start immediately on my second character,
Well-
but I'm gonna go like a second. I'm just gonna give it like one session first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's safe. You should be able to last a session at the very least.
And if I don't, I'll just be a ghost for the rest of the session.
There you go. Ooh, what
another
are you
NPC?
fools doing?
And then make sure you give that, spell to another player
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
you can talk to me.
Oh, the one. That's what the one I was trying to find.
Doesn't sound really reassuring though.
No.
See, it's the most fun when you give your keeper or DM
Ammunition?
options.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So a lot of players in a lot of systems will like try to optimize, and they do the tragic backstory where they've got nothing to tie them in. Like they've got no family, they've got like they're the orphan, the whole thing, and they've got nothing to tie them in. It's so much more important to have those ties for the games master, or keeper, narrator, MC, whatever, to be able to pull those strings, and it ties you into the world, but it also means the world can pull at you into different directions. Not all systems really cater for it. I think Call of Cthulhu caters for it really well. Worse is that now the keeper can actually change your backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just look at my character sheet every couple days. I'm like, oh, when did this get here?
Yeah.
Who put that there?
But I'm pretty sure that's the new one that came in 7th edition, is the changing backstory.
I mean, I'm so glad that, they got that Kickstarter. That there was like that buzz and like they were able to get that, because we wouldn't be playing.
Well,
Sure.
there's other editions, but we wouldn't be on Roll20. Like, they wouldn't be there.
I don't know. Would you be playing Call of Cthulhu? Would you be streaming Call of Cthulhu? Because with the 6th edition, it's from early 2000s.
I played in mid 90s. God, I feel old now. But yeah, it's like, it's been around for a long time. It is one of those systems, for me personally, I really love. I think MLP is a similar vein of really enjoying Call of Cthulhu. I mean, it's a very different show to like your normal fantasy games, and that's why I really like it. But yeah, I think you're right. I don't think without 7th edition that it would have kept on going, and the buzz and all the stuff which they're still doing for the company.
Yeah, because they're bringing all of the old stuff from older editions into 7th edition, modernizing it, and actually like working with other companies who used to publish this supplement from the early aughts, and now they're hey, let's bring it back and republish it, and reinvigorating the not just their company but also like some other companies that work with them. So,
and I would just want to also add, let's face it, Pendragon is not the face of the company. Call of Cthulhu is the face of Chaosism.
Yeah.
Pendragon, Paladin, they're not like, they're great, as well as Runecrest. They're great systems. I've got them here.
Mm-hmm.
But Call of Cthulhu is like the blood and bones of Chaosism. And yeah, so I totally agree, my friend. I didn't even back it when it came out, when the Kickstarter started. I was... how can I put this? I was a very poor artist at the time. Very poor circus performer at the time.
Yeah.
And my friends who had money, and they all backed it quite heavily. So, I mean, it's good stuff. I like it. I still like some of the old stuff, but the system's changed so little.
Yeah.
And like for me, like I really like the idea of like, hey, like it's a percentile system where you get to immediately like resolve your success.
Your skill is your difficulty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the Palladium system, so the Paladin and Pendragon system is the exact same. They've just converted it from a D100 to D20. So every 5 percentile is essentially the numbers on the D20.
Interesting.
So it's pretty much the same basic role playing or BRP system or subsystem, but using a D20. And I believe Runecrest uses the same or similar D20 variation on, or has it got the D100? I can't remember. It's one of the two, yeah. But it can be converted easily for a D20 system. And yeah, I think it's a really good system. There's not many people that use a D100 system anymore. But it's not that bad. It's so easy compared to having, what's your DC for this? Oh, my skill is my DC.
Has anyone ever played like Cthulhu Modern?
No. It's on the list of stuff to play.
I'm interested to see how different it is, without the 1920s kind of almost campiness that's like, painted over it. I wonder.
I've done Gaslight.
It gets too real. Yeah.
I did Gaslight back in the day. I played a little bit of Cthulhu Gaslight, so instead of 1920s, it was 1890s. But it's still the same feel, just a little bit further back in the era.
I just mean like modern, but like with modern technology and like cell phone and the internet and like the mystery and mystique that would come arise out of that. I think it's a much more different, and I almost feel like it could be kind of too real.
I can see that. I really, but that's the world itself is already bad, so why not?
Yeah. For anyone who's interested in Magnus Archives, it's a great horror podcast.
Yes, I've been listening to it. I've done that one. I'm trying to remember. Like somebody did a comparison, and this was getting off Tumblr, but it was like because I listened to Night Vale and Magnus Archives, and there was a third where they're like, it's the similar style where it's just the one person talking and it's horror.
Yeah,
but it had like the similar idea of it doesn't creep you out as much because of the person reading it. And I'm trying to find it because, like, Night Vale is something me and my partner listen to, so I don't want to burn through all of it. So,
well, you get 200 episodes of Magnus Archives, so you get.
I know I've been going through that, but I also need breaks from it occasionally, just because of like the drama that occurs in it.
For something that's more time period for this, Old Gods of Appalachia.
Yes. If you like a little Southern horror, if you want to get into that deep lore with your family over in West Virginia, North Carolina, and the regular Virginias, we get you there, son. We'll get you real good.
And Paul just saying from chat, Taz MSD is also a really good horror TTRPG podcast. Yeah. I don't know any of these.
I'm from the mountains of North Carolina, so Old Gods.
Same. That's why I come.
Oh, it's Rusty Quill. That would explain it.
I got that Blue Ridge, Virginia, North Carolina blood up in them too. So I feel you. I just choose not to do this to you.
Do you have an old pocket watch at all, or can you source an old pocket watch?
I could certainly Amazon that.
Actually, if you're gonna do that for it, give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can find mine because it keeps vanishing on me. There's a website I know that makes them. Like there's a company near me that makes them and ships them. Like they're replica antiques.
I was gonna say but there's like ones on Amazon for like $10.
Pulls out like
this is
three
what I was
pocket
doing.
watches.
With just a local artist, it's like $20.
Oh, okay. If it's a local, if it's an actual artist website, I would prefer that over Amazon. Yes.
They're an independent antique store. I'm just trying to find them again.
Chill.
Because I can't find my...
The item you picked up was an old pocket watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which doesn't work.
Okay.
But the face, on the face, it's not numbers, it's runic.
Okay.
I've got about half a dozen. I think they're all broken. And they all cost about $5 to $10 US. I used to use them as props. I just knew I had some in my drawer next to me. I've got to get one that actually works at some point.
Are the runes Latin, or is there a language affiliated with it?
Like Celtic runes?
You can say no.
Norse?
You can say no. I just don't know.
You don't know the runes yet.
Yeah, they're old, and I try to pick up Latin because that's an old language.
I mean, yeah. Math checks out.
Alright, this is something custom.
Ooh. You know it's going to be really nasty if it's custom.
Yep. This is something special I found for you.
Nice.
You didn't have to. Really, no thank you.
Well, there's more of these expedition things. I'm just minimizing them for my reading later. It's like, that's a lot of reading.
Hey, at least I actually put the text down the bottom.
Thank you.
So you can actually read it.
Which again, that's how the pre-bought material has them all. I found a spelling mistake in one, but I'm not going to complain because of how bad my spelling mistakes are generally. Speaking of which, MLP, we've got spelling mistake in the in one of our intro movies. I need to get fixed. It was me. It's for my character too.
I copy and pasted exactly what you type in.
I know. It happens far too often.
I found the website.
All right. Okay, so
I think we're all good.
the item that is a treasured possession of Emma Barnes is an old runic pocket watch that ticks only when opened, but hands don't move.
It ticks, but hands don't move.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. So I'm just gonna pop this in the for anybody who's kind of interested, but I'm just gonna put this in in our storage chat thing.
Oh, sorry, we do have a storage chat, don't we? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
And now I'm annoyed because I need to know where mine is. Because it used to live on my desk.
This is nice. It's backordered.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, darn it. I'm sorry. Never mind.
No worries. I've been looking at Etsy right now to maybe pick
Yeah.
something up from like an actual artist instead of like
No, and
Amazon.
that was all I was trying to do is just like
yeah.
literally.
No, it's a good reminder. It's a good reminder.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever I first moved into my apartment, I went looking at antique stores because, like, not the antique malls and things like that, but the actual ones that have the old furniture that's usually more affordable in the same way of going to a thrift store. And this was their non-vintage gorgeous. They had, like, an entire display of these.
Gotcha.
Battery-powered, hand-wound up. There was 40 to 60 different ones, and I was just like, I'm gonna get one, and I'm not buying anything for a month.
I just wanted like something really basic, like nothing nice,
Yep.
just
Okay.
basic.
And just to reiterate, this is what happens in our pre-show.
And breaks.
Yeah. This is us. This is us, guys. If you ever wanted to know what we're doing, like in the back corner, this is us.
This is our normal, yeah.
Yeah, this is where we're always at.
And not just this role playing group here, but pretty much all of our groups are like this. Like this casual winter breaks. For me, this is like amazing to actually have people to chat with every week.
No.
Like a different. No, it really is like a different group, a different day, and just catching
Yeah.
up and chatting. We only have like that half an hour pre-show, that little bit in the break time. Sometimes, like the chats go on for a while after a show, but it's nice to have that because I mean, again, 12 weeks of lockdown. It's really annoying. It's been weird. But I think that's about everything for the shows. Anything else you want to do live, or is that everything?
No, that's pretty much everything. I think, unless anyone else wants to give me some more evil hooks.
Or any spells? I didn't even get an artifact, and
Yeah.
they gave
You didn't
me a
ask for
punt. They gave me a punt gun,
And then
and
we put it in Australia.
and then gave it to my ex-wife. I mean, seriously?
Which is, I feel like, pretty standard course for Jack Hunt.
Yeah. That's how divorces work, Jack.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
that's,
no, you
that's
got-
why I said I gave you the she got the farm. She thought it's like when I used to call it the manor, or sorry, the estate, and like she went, oh, I'll take the estate. It's like, oh, yeah, it's not an estate what you think. Just a massive.
Please
farm.
tell me there's a sign out the back near the toilet called the estate. The outhouse.
Yeah, I
That's
love that.
estate manor.
E-state.
Estate manor. Yeah. Because he thought they looked really cool, and that's why he bought it and just renamed it. He hasn't been there himself, but it's just like a big farm. I probably would have known about it when he was growing up, because it's where he grew up. But yeah, but yeah. So we'll sign off. I might actually do a stream tonight. I know. Well, we're doing D&D tomorrow, which means I don't have to prep.
It's true. True.
And I have a brand new zombie game to play. World War Z came out.
Oh,
Sure.
the new World War Z.
Yeah, hopefully it's a new version of World War Z, because my old versions of World War Z don't work. Both of them. Thanks to Epic. Thank you. So I might just be playing that a little bit later on tonight. Because I really like the first game, apart from Epic, who destroyed it. So that's going on. And yes, tomorrow we've got D&D, back with Saints and Sinners, where Lorian's had a bit of a rest to change his game from the Wizards of the Coast role-playing campaign to someone else's version of that same campaign, which is much, much better. Not to be subtle, but it really is. So that's what's happening tomorrow. And like, it's been weird to not play D&D for, it's been about a month now.
It's been a while.
It's like, I don't even know what my character is. Well, I kind of do anyway. So we'll do our outros.
But the whole thing about if you missed last week's one shot, it's on the YouTube now, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Also, so the reason why we haven't been playing is because we did Gen Con. We did Gen Con on live for Paizo, the official Paizo Twitch TV channel. We were the first of the contributors, or the creators that come in to do that. It was bloody amazing, really good fun, so much stress and preparation, and in views we have beaten pretty much every other show. We equaled one other, but we beat pretty much every other show except for the one we equaled, and that includes pretty much most of the Paizo content themselves, except for their brand new reveals of classes that are coming out, which of course that's going to beat us, and their openings presentation of who they are. But otherwise, we did really well, and I think it came across really impressive. And everybody, all the cast members, MrLiveProducer included, did it really amazing. And we even had a costume reveal, which was surprising. We had costume reveal and live accompaniment with Lorian Ross playing piano while doing the show. Like, that was a bit weird. But yeah, it's up on YouTube. Check out our YouTube stuff. Goblin Cave TV YouTube. But let's do our outros. Eon?
Hi, I am Eon Victory. I've been playing Sidney Tyson, and you can find me on Twitch at Eon Victory, where I stream various games on Thursday.
You've been talking about playing Sidney.
No, I got to roleplay.
I know. Yeah. You did. Phoenix?
Hi, I'm Phoenix. Normally I'm Alejandro Garcia. Today I was the lucky SOB who managed to pass almost everything and rolled a whole lot of tens.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. So unlike, the person before me who couldn't roll to save their life.
At least it wasn't to actually let them save their life.
Ooh.
But yes, if you're looking for me, good luck. I'm either here or on Roll20 River Blood Year of Darkness. I try not to stream my life away, because I know I would fail on keeping a schedule if I did. So that's me.
So, streamer, Caitlin.
Hey, guess who fails at streaming on a regular basis? What's up, kids? My name's Kat. I am the head tea proprietor of CestCaitlin. I do fun things sometimes when I'm not dead tired from working 2 jobs. So, there it is. That's why you can find me on the Twitch when I do it live, or if you just miss me dearly, which I know you will. You can go find me on YouTube, same place, same name, and all this fun, same content. So, and of course you can like and subscribe, but I mean, that's not nearly as fun. But thanks for having me, and you can always come and see me on Tuesdays.
Okay. Eguy.
Hi, I'm Eguy. I don't really stream anywhere else. I'm exclusive to Goblin Cave TV. So catch me here on Tuesdays, and I had been playing Mr. Jackson Elieies, but next week I'll come back with my actual character, Emmett Barnes, and I'm excited to see how you all will react to him and how he will react to his new friends.
We're a delight.
Welcome to
MLP,
the family.
Yeah.
welcome to the
family.
insanity.
Not like I'm planning to make you all go insane and give you magical items that cost 1d10 to open.
Yes.
Why would I do that?
Why?
Because it's fun.
Because you don't know what the time is, and you're just like,
As you open it up and go, oh, it's 7 o'clock.
and now you're insane.
Hello. Yeah. Hello, I'm MrLiveProducer. I have been your keeper for this evening. Remember, the keeper is not your friend. I have given you a lot of stuff. Now it's time for me to start taking it back. And that's going to be so much fun. I'm so looking forward to it. I really am. And you can catch me here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. No, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights? Time zones. I hate them. So
The Australians.
Wednesday mornings and Thursday mornings, because I'm also in the Pathfinder and Dungeon Dragons show, and I also stream on my own channel, twitch.tv/MrLiveProducer, where I do VR content and other stuff. And I'm actually working recently, so the streams have been a little bit more sporadic lately because of, well,
Work.
I actually have to. Yes, I'm actually one of those like bastards who work in the film and TV industry and actually get jobs.
Speaking of which, I do have to ask, should someone in the film industry, a cameraman, would that be an essential worker in a quarantine situation? Would you class that as an essential worker?
Depends on the if it's an essential worker, if it's to like the news, something that is informing people, I would say yes. If it's actually, yes, I would.
If it's a reality
it-
TV show,
Then no. Reality TV does not classify as anything decent.
it's not essential TV, is it?
Not in my opinion.
We
Are you
had-
talking about the COVID case in
Yeah.
Byron?
Yeah, we have a couple large councils that are shut down because an essential worker is a reality TV cameraman who left a quarantine area and apparently with COVID and has
Oh, do you want to know what the name of the show was?
oh yeah, go for it.
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
Ah,
Trash.
no.
A trash TV show anyway. And what were they doing with that in Byron? Like Byron Bay is like very used to be really like relaxed, kind of hippie. Kind of like chill area, but like the yuppies have gone in and over the last 20 years and bought up all the properties, but it's just like it's kind of weird place for it to have I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. Like
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of hotel quarantine.
well, that could be it too. Wait, no, we had one of those too. She was from Britain. She was actually going to be in Big Brother, or like she was over here for Big Brother, and she kept on entering the door naked just to shock people. Like, and she got kicked out of the country. Yeah, and unmasked and things like that. She got kicked out of the country.
Coughing people.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what's happening in Australia. Lots of stuff. Apparently an earthquake as well in Melbourne, while there's riots going on in Melbourne. So, all good.
I don't know if the riot was still going on.
Oh, no, it's bad again. It's bad.
Oh, is it back?
Yeah, it's bad again. But anyway, welcome to Australia, kind of, where we've got lots of dangerous creatures, apparently earthquakes, and riots, and quarantine. So, yeah. So you know who I am. I'm not going to do an outro. We are going to be raiding one of the friends of our channel and a cast member and contributor, an amazing artist, Hidekiri Chibi,
Yeah.
who's doing some amazing work. I'm watching just watching some of the stuff she's doing. So we'll have our credits roll, and we're going to move over to Kitakiri Chibi. Chibi did the artwork for. She's done the artwork for actually quite a few characters on the channel, but also the overlay artwork for the new. Oh God, I'm trying to think. City of Mist campaign, with the character artwork for that as well. And she did the artwork for the amazing Circus of the Broken Chain show, again with character art too. She did the character art twice, which is even better, which is kind of weird. But yes, so that's who we're going to be rating, of course, after the credits. So thank you everyone for coming in, chatting, and this is us in pre-show and just chatting and having fun and relaxing.
Yeah.
So we'll see you. Bye, everybody.
Hey.